tours of like the dorms, and they're like, these are the freshman dorms. Okay, I was like, so the freshman dorms are probably dry, and I was like, what about the other? And then she was like, it's a dry campus, and I was like, I was like, where are the kids going to have any fun?
Oh, I
On
imagine
campus?
that. Yeah, the kids will be able to.
There's Champlain College, and then University of Vermont is like also right there in Burlington, and it's like a block away. So I'm like, well, I'm sure they could just go there.
Yeah, go trash your friends' houses,
And
and
then,
then go back to your nice, clean,
and
dry.
all
dorm.
their dorms are like old Victorian houses that they converted into dorms.
What a waste on the kids
And,
that they like probably don't appreciate them.
They're old.
Bunch of Chris
too.
Pratts tearing it down, probably.
And they have,
live across the street from their mother-in-laws.
It's like 30 to 60 kids in
So
like
new
these
Garfield
Victorian
film?
rooms, and
Speaking
they're
of
like
Chris Pratt,
gorgeous,
it's a very
except they're really
specific
old, and
Deux
like the
view.
the heating and air conditioning is like they're like there's no AC, but they're in Vermont, so it's like that's not a huge thing. But like the heating,
Yeah.
it's like old, like those huge old like
Like the big radiator.
yeah.
So everybody dries all their shit on them.
Guys, we have to do a podcast. Come on.
Sorry.
Numbers.
Here's the radiator talk for the podcast.
How was your go-go juice?
I yelled at you to tell you it was delicious.
Yeah, this is great. Thanks so
3,
much.
2, 1. Go
Nintendo!
Podcast, episode 921.
Jeff.
The Pawmi Podcast.
We got a new bongo.
Wow.
Ooh,
Mom, you want to tell us
Ooh, I'll
about
take a
Pawmi,
Pawmi.
please? Pawmi.
Give me a
Pawmi.
double palmy.
Give me a Western palmy.
Oh my god, that's how I got my blister. Given Western palmies.
I wish.
Do you? I mean,
Do I wish you got a blister from? Well, if I'm the receiver of the Pawmi, then sure. But
I mean,
if
is
it's other
that
people,
you want palmies? I mean, we've been together a while. If that's like all you're getting, a good old fashioned.
Yeah.
I got
There's
no problem
nothing
with the good
wrong.
old-fashioned
Yeah,
thank you.
geez.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
Lube.
take a nice nap
Thank you.
afterwards.
Yeah, you're talking. You know what? Let's skip the Pawmi and go right to the nap. The best part, please, Mom Brain, Pawmi,
Oh yes.
and also tell me about Pawmi.
Okay. Palmy has underdeveloped electric sacs on its cheeks.
How apropos.
Now we're
Um,
talking.
These sacs can produce electricity only if Palmy rubs them furiously with the pads on its forepaws.
What is
This
happening
is not
here?
planned, people. This is not
Furiously
planned.
rubbing. They're a foot tall, 5 pounds, male and
You're a
female.
foot tool. That's what you said, not me.
What was that?
I got verklempt.
Uh-oh. I got the jiggles.
What?
Look at my hand.
Oh, you did too much work outside today.
No.
Caffeine
That's
jigs.
what happens when you're outside. Your body deteriorates and it falls apart. You
I-
stay indoors.
It's what
I
happens
don't
at
think
3
that's
o'clock when your
accurate.
morning dose of Adderall wears off. It's
Mm,
what happens.
mm.
Abilities include static, in which the Pokemon is charged with static electricity and may paralyze attackers that make direct contact with it, and natural cure, appropriate on 420. The Pokemon status conditions are cured when it switches out.
Go for a bit of that natural cure. I bet, without saying specifics, your neck of the woods is probably buzzing today with
I'm
the
sure.
activities in
I'm
the
sure it
area.
Did you
is.
leave cookies and milk out for Snoop Claus?
Thank you, Mom Brain. I appreciate it. Mom Brain is here.
I am.
Lube is here.
I am.
Nikki Hill is busy, so no Nikki Hill. We're trading one mic
We
for
speak
another.
your name.
And of course, Stu Michaels is here. George is here. George, how are you doing, my friend? George, I can't get over the fact that the other day we learned that you don't eat limes, you just carry them. That tickles me so.
Yeah, it went viral.
All over the place because we got those lime chips and you didn't want anything to do with them. You just, they're too precious to you. I get it. And we got the one and only Josh Grobot from my college days, of course. My old roommate. How you doing, Josh?
Shout out to my bros.
Are we your bros?
I'm the star of the show.
Okay.
I thought he should shout out to my drones.
Sure.
Sure, whatever.
Maybe that is what he's saying. Thanks for being here, Josh. Let me say hello to the old Discord. Who do we got in here today? Hello to Mom Brain and Red Souza and Vachi. And Vachi, by the way, I got your messages, but I was out and about yesterday, so I need to go back in and read them. I just want to apologize. Hi, Fluffernutter. I see you typing. Ice Dilbert, we got a question from you today, I believe. Red Souza, Radical Defect, William, Nicodarunia, Steel Diver, Gecko Kitsune, Drake. Oh, man, look at this candy. Look at this candy.
Bubblegum taffy.
Real good. Reminds me of chocolate-covered honeycomb cereal. Never had anything like this. What is Gecko Kitsune eating?
I think it's
High Blood Ocean.
Looks like a crunchy.
It's
Yeah, I saw the candy talk going on. Violet Crumble.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Gecko Kitsune. This. Oh, I posted in here yesterday. Real podcast fan going into podcast Discord to talk on days not where the podcast is happening. By the way, you can do that if you want. I got a funny story about that. Gecko Kitsune says, any Aussies here, local store gets international candy in, but it's so expensive that no one buys it, so they just put it on sale. I took a picture of this before I saw it was on sale for over half off, so I got the bag. I'll let you know what it's like. Violet Crumble.
I think we've had those.
I want to say we have,
Mhm.
and I want to say they were delicious. And what was the honeycomb thing that we had?
Crunchy Cadbury Crunchies.
I mean, is this also? I don't know who makes this, but yeah, they look the same, and it does look absolutely delicious. So, I was saying Discord has Discord. People hang out in Discord talking about stuff. I don't know. I think this is a new-ish Discord update. I don't know when exactly it happened, but
Sure, whatever.
every once in a while, I'll get a message on my phone that just tells me what Discord is talking about. So, like the GoNintendo Discord's active in general. People are just hanging out in the game chat and the podcast chat
Game.
and the general chatting chat. So it was sending me maybe once a day, just like I guess it's an AI bot that looks at what people are talking about at that time, and like summarizes it basically to let you know what kind of chat is going on in the Discord. And I got one. Oh, I wonder if I still have it. I don't remember the exact term, but I got one the other day, and I was like, "Oh, it looks like they're having some fun in the podcast Discord." Let me see if I
Gonna
have
have me some fun.
the exact screenshot, and if I don't, I'll summarize it for you. It was there's the pizza one. There's the yes, here it is. So it told me general chat was so it says. I'm not going to name
I
names.
love that chicken. General Chat chicken. Is that?
I'm not going to name names, but it was in a general chat. It said people are in general chat. What are they chatting about? Sex bots in Kyoto. And I took a screenshot of that, went into the chat, and I was like, keep it up, gentlemen, and sent them the screenshot of that chat. And they were like, oh, no. I was like, yeah, this is what Discord's doing now. So you guys are welcome to talk about whatever you want. And that was one of the chats. So if you're not... Josh, were you part of that chat? Okay, then.
Yes, I really did.
I bet you did. Hi, Super Sanchez. Hi, Malak Halo. So, yeah, if you're wondering what's going on in our chats when people aren't talking about games and are hanging out in general, that's what they're talking about. Hanging and banging. That's right, Josh. All right. Well, before I get into the things, again, another light week minus the Indie World Showcase. That's what we're going to talk about first when we get to news. But before we get to news, we do other topics. And before I get to the topics I have, do you guys have anything you want to talk about?
I saw a list with the most popular Fortnite skins. I don't know if
Go
that's
right ahead. I didn't see this
something
list. Yeah.
Romy would. Oh man, I wish I could remember them all, but there was two different lists, and one was the top skins from battle passes, and another one was top skins that people actually paid V-Bucks for. And I remember the number one from the Battle Pass skins was one of Do Michael's favorites that he can't pronounce the name of.
Neymar Jumer?
It is
Oh,
Neymar
really?
Jumer is number
Really?
one. Yeah.
What's that guy's real name? Isn't it is it Neymar Jr.?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
The real
a
name
soccer
is
player?
very close to what you're
Yes.
saying.
Okay,
but-
so it wasn't too bad.
yeah.
But he is the number one skin used
Really?
on Fortnite from Battle Passes. Yeah.
That's interesting to know.
And
We
I
would've-
don't
I wouldn't
see
have
him
guessed.
out there
know.
that
I really
often.
don't. Yeah.
And then followed up was a lot of the Marvel characters, a
Right.
smattering of DC ones.
I just left my Marvel character behind. For
She
somebody
was
new.
number 20. Was
We
Spider-Gwen.
do see
Oh.
Spider-Gwen somewhat often. There's definitely
Yeah.
Spider-Gwens out there.
It was man, I know it was Jennifer Walters was number 2. Thor was in there, Deadpool was in there, Storm was in there, Mystique was in there.
Storm's one we don't see too
Yeah.
often.
And then Batman, Superman, Spider-Gwen, like I said. What was some of the Predator, Mandalorian
Mm,
were two of the other ones, and then
I see
a couple
Mandalorians.
others who I'm obviously forgetting.
My cousin plays as a Mandalorian.
And then for the
How's his best
ones
guy?
that you have to buy,
He's very annoyed about it because he didn't finish the battle pass thing in time and it's never come back. So he's got like one plate of it and not the rest. And it's
That's right.
so he's, Fortnite just now was like, May the 4th, new stuff coming. And he's like, I hope they let me get that. And I was like, they're
It's a
not.
battle
It's gone
pass thing,
forever.
I
Yeah,
think.
it's gone forever.
That's how I feel about Droop, the best emote ever.
Mhm. And me and Orange Justice. And that was even a special case on top of that. So we all have our Fortnite regrets.
And then for best or most used skins that are V-Buck purchases, you guys want to do any guesses? I mean, there's so many. It's
do, but
Skins that were
Skins
bought
that
with
you had
V-Bucks.
to buy with
bought
V-Bucks.
V-Bucks that were like top 20. I remember most of them. So
Wow.
if you guys say some guesses.
all right. So Peter Griffin wasn't a buy, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
And he wasn't on the
Was
list.
Harley Quinn a buy? Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn is, if I recall correctly, she's not on any list.
Batman's might
Yes,
be.
Batman it was, yes.
Because there's Batman, and you know what? I see
Joker.
regular Batman, and I see the Batman who laughs. I see both of them a lot, like the one that's wearing like the crown of thorn or spikes
Yeah,
or whatever.
I think they just
Like
counted
Jesus?
that.
like Jesus. Yeah.
I'm not sure if they counted
Batman
that as
Jesus.
just one or not, because they
Mhm.
showed the Batman that like our friend Adam uses.
Yeah.
That was the one in the screenshot. But there is another DC character on there that's like Batman.
That was a purchase.
Superman.
Superman was the battle pass,
Okay.
so he was on
Yeah,
there in
yeah.
the battle pass.
Another
list.
DC character that was a purchase. That's
Catwoman.
popular.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
good
Catwoman
job,
was on
Mom
there.
Brain.
That is correct.
But most
Thanks,
of the
Josh.
purchases were actual, I'm gonna say like real people, like based off real.
Oh, okay.
life
Like Ariana
people.
Grande or
like that, but she was not on
The
list.
Weeknd.
Like that, but
Tom
not on the
Holland
list.
as Spider-Man.
I
No.
bet you he's
Tom Holland as
He's
Nathan
low.
Drake.
He's low. I
No.
bet you that's unpopular.
Lady Gaga.
No, believe it or
Oh,
not.
that's
I think
interesting,
she might be too new.
Ariana
John
Grande.
Cena,
No.
John
unavailable?
Cena.
Nope.
Oh, that was a good one.
No, I don't think you guys are gonna guess it because I was surprised, but then when I thought about it, I was like, okay, I can see this person being number one, but it's not somebody that we.
And it's not Neymar Jr.
No, because he was number one on the other side. He was a battle pass guy.
Are they from the entertainment world?
Yes.
Okay. Man. Bruno Mars.
No,
Damn it.
but you're in the right genre.
Yeah, music. What music people are in Fortnite? Skin wise. Sounds real weird when you say it like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, Travis Scott.
Yes, number one.
Oh, there
Number
we
one
go.
was
Nice
Travis
job,
Scott.
dude.
And then number two was
That
like
is
Travis
correct.
Scott's alternate skin.
Man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he did have his own like concert in Fortnite
Yeah.
too, so he's popular, yeah. And he did. Oh, I should. He did get all those people killed at that concert. All right, I
Yeah.
said it. There you go.
Yeah, so Travis Scott was number one. There was some other entertainers who I can't remember. I remember there was a bunch of YouTube people, not Mr. Beast, but Booga or something. Is that
Yes,
somebody? He
I'm
was
aware
in
of
there.
Booga.
And then a lot of the others, like the lower half of the top 20, was all your Dragon Ball,
Oh yeah,
all your anime ones.
yeah. Very popular,
Sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
your
But that, I don't know why we didn't guess that because we see Dragon Ball characters all the time,
yep.
and now because it's too new, but I'm sure it'll be there eventually. We see Avatar characters all the time, like
Yeah.
full
Mhm.
teams of everybody Avatar, and Ninja Turtles are still there. They're
Yeah, they
popular.
weren't on the list. It was like all the Dragon Ball characters, and then what was the
Was
other?
Ninja on the list?
No, Ninja was not.
Oh, how the mighty have
Yeah.
fallen. Mm.
What about Lil Whip?
No.
Well, that's really interesting. When I'm on TikTok, I'll get this guy who every month he goes through the numbers of the least played skins, and he goes through the
Okay.
top 10, and he's like, here's like the Nathan Drake, Tom Holland version. He's like,
Mhm.
this has been used.
That's a bad one.
Yeah, he's like that's used by. Last time I saw it, I'm not giving the exact number, but it was something like double-digit numbers. It was like 86 people in Fortnite are using this right now, and like it's like random skins and then like characters that just nobody's interested. They came out when a movie was out and people got it, and then after that they're not.
Yeah,
playing with the skin.
this list was also I should have mentioned this. It was third party characters, so
Yes,
it didn't count like your Fortnite, like
your
Peely
Peelys,
or
yeah.
Little Whip or
Oh,
anything
okay.
like that. Yeah,
Peely's got to be very popular.
yeah, you'd think Peely and
Jonesy,
yeah, like those. None of those guys are in there.
yeah.
So,
For
yeah, I
all
thought
the
it was
big
I
Fortnite lore fans out there,
thought
of
it
which
was
there are
pretty cool.
many.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah, I'd like to I was just looking now to see if any website does like a rundown every month of what's most popular. I couldn't find anything, but I would like to know that. I'm nosy about that.
I was
stuff.
actually trying to remember a lot of the names because I was like, this sounds like something that Romy Cowboy might bring up on the podcast. I got to remember these names, so I'll feel like a superstar.
I
don't
would.
I?
You are a superstar. I would post that on the site. I always post the Fortnite updates in general. So
But yeah, Spider Gwen was number 20. I remember that on the
she
Battle
deserves
Pass
it.
list.
She deserves it.
Well, she's dropping
I'll never.
fast now.
That's right. I lost her, and that's
She
it.
lost her best player.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I have forsaken Spider-Gwen for Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. So who's going to take over for him? If the Golden Girls ever become a skin, one of them, I don't know who would take over.
I was going
A
through
Fooly Cooly skin, if that would happen, which it never will.
I was going through old save videos, like deleting stuff, and it gave me kind of a little bit of a timeline of how long you were the workout guy from the 80s, and then
Yeah.
when you were
polar
Ariana
bear?
Grande for a very small time, and then you moved on to Spider-Gwen, and you were Spider-Gwen for about a year and a half.
Spider-Gwen, I think, was my longest. Maybe
workout
the
guy your
exercise
first?
guy
I
was because he was the
remember-
first.
Yeah, I remember you being
I mean,
There
excited
was the
about him.
polar bear too.
Yeah, you went through a quick phase of them because you had Luchador.
I
you
had the
Polar
Luchador,
Bear, you
yes.
had
Yeah, all
Ariana.
that was like before I guess I started playing on the PlayStation, so I don't have any footage from that time. But
yeah, I'd have to go through my skins and see. I'm sure there's one I'm forgetting, but yeah, Spider-Gwen
Yeah.
I stuck with for a very long time because I really like her. So, but she's gone now. She's garbage to me. She's worthless. Nothing.
this one you got's pretty cool. He seems kind of sinister.
I love Gojo, and he is not sinister. Because if he was sinister, I probably wouldn't get him. But
He looks sinister because he can't see anything. He's
Yes.
got like some sort of blindfold on.
yeah, I have the. It comes with an alternate where you can take that off. But in the show, he only. You know what? I should do it in the game because in the show he only takes it off when he's fighting at very particular times. He usually fights with it on, but when he really wants to kill somebody, he takes it off. So maybe I
Oh.
should go bandanaless. But anyway, that's enough talk about anime. Let's talk about anime. Mom Brain, want to talk about what we did last night?
Sure.
We
Pawmies?
drew pictures of anime.
We went with Raw Mom and Nintendo to see the Spy Family movie because Raw Mom is a big fan, and
And you are too.
so am I. And
I like the show.
yep.
I'm not like crazy about it like I am other anime, but I do like the show, so I got no problem going to see the movie.
And because the movie is its own thing, you don't need to have seen any of the show to be able to enjoy
It's
the
a
movie.
standalone experience, and it does a very good job
Yeah.
of explaining it to newcomers because my sister
So it has the
doesn't know
same
anything of it.
characters. but
All the
it's-
same characters, but they get like they do a very like in the beginning of the movie, it's like maybe like a 2.5, 3 minute scene where it explains like who everybody is like perfectly. It's like here's this person, they can do this.
Yeah,
Here's
gives
this
you
person,
just
they
what
can
you
do
need
that.
to know.
Yeah.
So we went and saw it, and it was lovely. It was a everything we would have expected, or I'll speak for myself. It was everything I would have expected from the movie. It was like just fun, and I mean that was it. Like it was really nice. We had a
If
good
you
time.
like the show, you're gonna
Yeah.
like the movie because it was exactly the same. And sometimes when like a show gets a movie, it loses some of its charm because shows are usually a half hour. Like you expand that to movie length, and it just feels like it's too long, or it just loses its charm. But with this movie, it did not feel like that. The movie was 1:50, and I was worried about it going in because I'm like, the show's a half hour. I don't know if they could stretch it out and have it still feel like Spy Family, but I thought the movie went by quickly.
Yeah, it
Like I
was
said
great.
that to you last night. It was the first the first 2/3 are like very, very Spy Family in the sense that like it's more humor and quiet moments and like, just
Yeah.
jokes and stuff like that. And then the final act it has jokes certainly, but it was action heavy because, there's a big thing going on for the movie. But it was good. Yeah, it was funny. It was cute. It was everything you expect from Spy Family. Everybody felt like they do in the show. It was really good. I liked it.
I like how Bond was a pretty big part in the movie. Like,
I guess we
he
should
was-
explain the cast anyway, like the main cast.
Go
So
for it.
there's Anya, who is a kid who has psychic abilities. She can read people's minds. Then there's Lloyd, who is a secret agent. Then there's Yor, who is
She's an assassin.
she's an assassin, yeah. And then there's Bond, who is a dog that can see the future. And all of
Aw.
them are in a family, but it's not a real family. Lloyd needed the cover of a family to go to do this mission that he's on. So he talked to this woman, Yor, and he's like, let's move in. We'll pretend we're husband and wife for everybody and
Heard that
whatever.
before.
And
Am I right, ladies out there?
he needed a kid, so he went to an orphanage and faked the paperwork and everything and got Anya and made Anya his kid. But now, so basically the show's about them all keeping secrets from each other, but all growing closer together as a family. So it's really interesting. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's silly, but it's good. And yeah, I like the movie a lot. My sister didn't know anything about Spy Family, but went because we were all going and she's down with anime and she liked it as well. And she was actually asking my mom like more, or you? Who was she asking? My mom more about the show. Because she's like, are the episodes like this? Because she was interested and wanted to start watching. So it was good. It was good.
Most importantly, did Raw Dad and Nintendo like Oppenheimer, their Oppenheimer date that they had?
So in typical fashion, we were like, if they start the movie right when we're leaving, then they should be pretty close to finishing by the time we get back. By the time we got back, they had roughly another hour to go because
Oh,
my dad,
yeah.
he talks.
Well, they got
and
pizza,
and
so
whatever.
like, yeah.
Wait,
They-
what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? I thought they were just going to see the movie in the same theater that you guys were going to see a different movie.
No, they stayed here at our house to watch Oppenheimer.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, they stayed here and ordered pizza and watched Oppenheimer on Peacock.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that Oppenheimer would still be in the theater like that. I
It
guess
might be at some places, but yeah, they
Maybe.
stayed here. And yes, we kept annoying them before we left because we were like, we hope you two enjoy the sex scenes together. And
Oh,
then
God.
so
Well, that's why it took them so long to finish because they kept pausing and rewinding.
I don't feel like I got the plot enough. Can
Where's
we
the
rewatch
zoom
that again?
button on your remote?
So my sister texted me on the way
What's
home.
she saying? Rewind again.
Yeah. My sister texted me on the way
Is
home.
that
Is that Sanskrit?
My sister texted me on the way home and she said, I'm dying. Her husband said that during the scene where Florence and Killian are sitting talking naked, my dad looked at her husband and said, well, at least she's got a nice pair on her.
Oh, Christ.
Nice.
It's just like you can't like it's awkward for some people to just be silent in a situation like that, and you have to say something. Like, I'm not saying I have to say something, but he felt
clearly
like
did.
he had to say something.
Well, my dad just feels like he has to talk all the time. So to tell you the truth, I'm sure it wasn't awkward at all.
maybe,
But
yeah,
he just
maybe it
won't shut
wasn't
up.
any different for
Yeah.
him, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably would have been awkward if he didn't say something.
But yes, they were enjoying it, but they haven't finished it, so they got to go back to it. So yeah, we had a nice time.
Yeah,
last
we
night.
stopped at Wendy's on the way back and got your
Oh
mom
my
her
God.
very first.
My mom's
Frosty.
never had a Frosty
Oh,
ever.
that's-
I
that seems
believe
weird.
that. I can believe it.
Well, my sister and I were shocked. I don't know how that's happened because she used to be a big Wendy's fan, and how do
Oh,
you
well,
be?
see,
How are you a big Wendy's fan and you never get a Frosty?
Excuse
But
me,
Plus-
everyone. We need to just
we
pause.
fixed it.
We
she
just-
likes ice cream and stuff, right? Like it seems like
But she is
she would-
a
This is time.
hard ice cream fan, so
Mm.
maybe that's why.
William
But-
is having a birthday and has to go early.
Hi, Solid Master
So,
Link.
so Josh, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I don't want to miss the opportunity. So
I'm a party animal.
right. So
I thought you said you made it sound like he had a birthday to go to. It's their
I think we should start asking for photos of IDs so we know that the date is right. Maybe with today's newspaper as
No,
well.
no, And Josh, any excuse to sing, of
We're
course.
getting taken for a ride.
Happy birthday, William. Congratulations. I hope it's a great one.
I
And
hope
we have-
it's your birthday, William. Happy birthday.
Hi, Anastasia Beaverhouse and Salamaster Link, if I didn't say that. Retsusa says, sounds like a fun flick. I should read more of the manga. Yeah, I mean, it's a good... There you go. William says, I'll send you my ID. You got it. So yeah, it was fun. Yes, my mom has never had a Frosty. Somebody said in all capital letters, never. There you go. Radical defect. Never.
Did
had it.
she dip her French fries in the Frosty?
No, because she got a baked potato.
Okay.
And I was going to get a baked potato as well. And Wendy's told us we have one baked potato left. So gave it to my mom. My mom ate it. Never had a Wendy's baked potato. She said it was good. She liked it. She gave it a 7 out of 10.
Does it come?
Oh my God. We have a
fixed,
story to
or
tell you guys.
Is the fixins on the side?
They have a whole bunch of options. She got
Bacon cheddar.
bacon cheddar.
Okay,
Yes.
all
So
right.
it was on it. But yeah, they have like chives, bacon cheddar, just bacon, just cheddar, plain, and there's one other one I'm forgetting with even more stuff on it. But yes, we have to tell you guys something.
Is it Wendy's related?
Later? It is food related because we
Oh,
found a spot.
we
And I want to
love
talk to
food.
you guys about it.
Oh.
But it's too personal. I can get cans of Wendy's chili in my grocery store now. Says my mom used to love Wendy's chili. That's
Although
what she
in
would
the
get.
car, she said she didn't. When we were in the car, she
She's
was like,
got
no.
MS. She doesn't remember, and she's old. Doubly doesn't remember anything. She used to get Wendy's chili and their salad bar all the time, because that's why she stopped going to Wendy's all those years ago. Because we went one time, and the thing they used to just this is like Jesus.
What
How old am I?
Wendy's did you
30
used to
years
go
ago?
to 30 years ago.
Though the only one that's by the circle.
Yeah.
I don't want to
jeez.
say more than that,
Mhm.
but 30 years ago when you went to Wendy's and ate a salad bar, they had like a bin of all the silverware,
Mhm.
and it was just like a big container that you would put your hand in and just take silverware out of. And somebody must have
Oh,
had
no.
something. She got
Yes,
sick.
I've heard this story.
And she went to the doctor, and like something was wrong with her throat, and they were trying to figure out where. And the doctor eventually was like, "Have you eaten out? Did you go somewhere?" And she was saying, and he's like, "Oh, those kind of things, like their silverware is." He's like, "Don't ever take their silverware from there because it's too dirty." And she, wasn't like hugely bad for her health or anything, but it was a throat issue that she got taken care of. And ever since then, she hadn't gone back to Wendy's.
I've
So I
heard
believe
this
last
story
night was her
millions of
first
years
Wendy's
ago, yeah.
since then.
It
So-
wasn't like getting a cold. It was like some sort of fecal
Yeah,
matter.
like-
It was
turned
something
her
bad.
throat into-
Yeah, I don't remember
licking
exactly
a
what it
doorknob
was.
at a Pizza Hut bad.
Or a Burger King.
Burger King.
It's funny because we just went to that Burger King again, and I was like, "You want to lick the door handle for old time's sake?" We just said that.
I was so sick. Like so sick from
You were
that.
very sick.
And
You
so
got a
many
lot of
people
us
got sick.
Yeah.
She did it in high school. She was
That's-
patient zero for some sort of illness that was really
Droth,
bad.
I
I think
remember-
it was like dared me
I got
to
it.
lick it.
Yeah, I didn't
Really?
get it, but Sarah got it real bad too. I remember. for
I
sure.
got it,
I've
and it
been
was
smooching
horrendous.
everyone.
It was really bad. Tatiana got it.
Yeah.
Like
Man,
she was patient zero for real. But yes,
too bad TikTok wasn't a thing. You could have made a whole deal
I
out of
never
that.
know
Right?
her to do anything like that. And even back then, our relationship was like pretty new. And I was like, I'm shocked that you just did that.
Because
Like,
Droth dared me to do it.
Man,
and
it.
she tried to kill you. Yeah.
That's not the first time she tried to kill me.
something
be
to
the
keep
last.
in mind. If we ever need you to do anything that you won't do, we'll just
That-
call up Droth and
You're
get her
right.
to dare
That's
you.
her go-to.
Absolutely.
Wow.
She'll do
She
anything.
actually texted me and was
That I
like,
texted her.
she was like something about like, please tell Rami to still be my friend. And I was like, has he been unfriendly? And she told me that.
Oh, yeah,
and I
yesterday,
was
yeah.
like, he's well aware that in a good son situation, he's a goner.
I'm getting
So-
yeah, you're letting go of my
Good
hand.
son
without a doubt.
situation.
I was going to tell you, Lube, speaking of Burger King, you should go get their new cotton candy
Yeah.
cotton candy drink.
Yeah.
We both got it.
Okay.
We both liked it. It's
Okay.
not as sickeningly sweet as you would
That's
think.
what I was worried about. 'Cause
No,
I don't
it's
care
not that
for
bad.
cotton candy.
It's not that bad. We
Okay.
both liked it and would get it again. And you can. What'd you get on yours?
Oh, they put like a foam, like they call it cloud foam on
Right,
top.
right.
I just got the drink, but they were good. They were definitely good. And I was like, Lube likes ices.
I do.
I think you should try one of
Okay.
those. I
Yum,
think
yum,
you'd be
yum.
pleasantly surprised. And it's the Burger King right by your house. You can get one too.
Whoop.
All right, moving on.
I'd try anything.
And they're not bad calorie wise. A large is 150 calories, so go crazy.
How about it?
Moving on. What else we got to talk about here? Topics.
But I've
topics,
seen
topics.
everything.
We did that. Oh, yes. I have a new. Well, you know what? Let's stay with the anime one because I got another anime thing. So I'm watching this anime called Pluto. I've been meaning to watch it for a while. It's okay. I like the subject matter a lot. It's very Blade Runner in the sense of like, what is a robot? What is a human? What does it mean to be alive? I like that topic, and there's things in the show I really like, but overall the show is like, it's okay.
Doesn't anyone care what I think?
Sure, Josh, tell me, are we talking about anime or being alive as a robot?
Sorry, I was
All right. So I'm watching Pluto, and I heard a voice that was familiar, and then I heard another voice that was familiar, and then I heard another voice that was familiar. And usually, this is a Netflix funded anime, so they went a little bit higher grade with the voices. They didn't go with the usual anime voice actors, which are all great, but you know, you watch anime, you usually hear the same voices over and
Ben
over again.
Stein, Gilbert Gottfried,
That's right. No,
Bobcat Goldthwait. Those are the three.
There's a character named Adolf, and believe it or not, he hates a race of people in the show, but he's played by Nolan North. When he was talking, I was like, I know that voice. Is that who I think it is? I looked it up. It was Nolan North. There's another guy who plays a very friendly professor, and it's Mike Pollock, who is the voice of Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic games. I was like, he goes from playing a really mean professor to a nice professor. And then on
He's
top
got
of that,
range.
the one and only Keith David is in it. So he's great. Keith David is wonderful playing, you know, the
Blessed
same
with the
character he's played in a
voice
million
of
other
an
things,
angel.
but that voice is so good. Yeah. So
Yeah, he can do it all with that voice. Seriously.
and Nolan North, we always say is a good voice actor. He's fantastic.
But you
in
can
this.
pick him out. Actually, to be honest, if he wants to, he can make
Yes.
his voice sound different.
He's doing a very normal voice for this because of the character. He's not putting on anything because the guy that he's playing is a very like, well, he hates robots and he's part of an organization that is trying to wipe out robots. So he's a bad guy, but he's a very like, he lives like a very normal life outside of that. So he's like a very average, horrible person. So just Nolan North doing a little bit of
That's
Nolan
for
North
us,
or
right?
a lot of
Thank
Nolan
God.
North with a little bit of an edge to it, but he's great. Like it you know, he's a step above
He's
everybody
really,
else in the
really
show,
good.
so.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I was just surprised, and I recognized Dr. Robotnik's name or voice, and I was like, "Oh, it's nice to hear him doing something else," because I only ever hear him as Eggman, and he's very good in it too. And like we said, Keith David is always amazing. I did that. Yes, I'm going to talk about this. I got an opportunity this week, guys,
Ooh, this is exciting.
for a new advertising deal.
Okay.
And I thought I'd present it to you guys at the table and you listeners at home or wherever you are as well to see if you think I should go for it.
Smash that subscribe button.
I'm going to keep company names out of it, but reading you the email verbatim. Did not go to my spam filter. It is a legit email offer.
Word verbatim.
Hope you are doing well. This is Ivy from blank. We would like to kindly request a collaboration. Blank is a tool brand famous for their cordless mini chainsaw that's battery powered.
Oh.
This product will be given to you,
Makita?
and
Sweet
we would like to
Makita?
exchange we would
That
like
would
to
be awesome.
exchange the product for a YouTube review. Does this work for you? Please let us know if you're interested. So a chainsaw company that you have heard of before.
Yeah.
And from a
I
company
know exactly
email name,
which little one you're talking about. Those things are cool.
they reached out for some reason and they want me to do a
I could have
chainsaw
used
review.
one this morning.
Probably like
I mean,
this guy
that-
talked about Chainsaw Man on the podcast once. We should see if he wants
That's
to
really
do a
all
chainsaw
you
review.
guys need here is one of those.
It's
little
really
handheld
just a
ones.
chainsaw. It's not like game related at all, or
This is not game related in any way, shape,
it's
or
not like
form.
the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller.
This
or
is a
anything?
legit cordless mini chainsaw, battery powered.
Yes,
blank,
I don't
it's
know
not
why.
a-
Yeah, I don't know what the question is. The answer is yes.
I was like, what's going on here in somebody's marketing department that this came my way? I have not replied to them, but I was like,
Get on
you
that.
know,
Yeah, you should.
that
do
would be
it.
kind of
yes,
funny.
Drake, that's great.
Yeah.
Send we'll do a podcast segment where we just have, you know, you guys put things on the table and I see if the chainsaw goes through.
Well, do you have any like old NES games that like are crap, like that you wouldn't? Is there anything, any
have-
old gaming memorabilia that we can that's okay to
I
destroy?
was just saying that I don't like what was it, Dead to Rights, the GameCube game.
You
I still
can't
got
do
that.
What if I
mean,
baked a
really
cake and
Dead-
we
out of
cut
all
it
the
with
games, Dead to Rights?
Well, out of games that I have, a lot of the NES games aren't mine, so I'm not going to chop up other people's NES games. But Dead to Rights is mine, and I still have it, and I don't like it.
All
So
right, okay.
Hey, Lube, you know all those games you saved in perfect condition? have
that's
in
it.
the box?
The game boxes. Yes, we'll just cut through the game boxes. I was so
Those
worried about
boxes are worth more than the games themselves.
I was so worried about you giving me the game boxes that I took all the boxes and put them in a separate bin by themselves to make sure they're safe forever.
Wow.
I don't know, with your basement flooding lately.
No. It's on the other side of the wall. Trust me, that is well taken care of. It's literally a giant Tupperware box with all of those in it with a lid on it. They're
My
all perfectly
retirement
safe.
boxes.
Hi. How do I say this? Gavadon, the werewolf that says you can chop up my SNES games any day. Well, what games? Tell me about it. Are there chainsaw related Super Nintendo games? It's got to be a game.
Doom.
Yes, you're right. Doom has a chainsaw. You're exactly right.
Mad World.
We have the big Doom box.
We.
Yes, we do, but that's Doom 64. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other Super Nintendo games that have chainsaws.
Yeah.
That's the perfect answer.
That popped in my head right away. Is there anyone with a chainsaw in Killer Instinct? Does Full Gore have a chainsaw?
Not that I
No.
can think
Yeah,
of.
I don't think so. No.
I was trying to think if any
Splatterhouse or something.
Yeah, never on Super Nintendo. I was trying to think if there were any X-Men or comic book characters that use chainsaws, but I can't think of any.
No.
Doom's the perfect answer. Well, you tell us the games you got, and we'll slice through them. So I guess I'll reach out to them and be like, first, hey, did you mean to send me this email? And then after I'll be like, we have an idea.
Maybe someone in Clay Fighters, says Solid Master.
Oh, I did have Clay Fighter. There was the Elvis guy. There was the slime guy. There was the taffy guy.
He slimed me.
There's, I can't.
I'm more of a balls man myself.
Oh, that's right. No one in Balls had a chainsaw, but they did fight. Trying to think, I don't know, maybe the slime or the taffy guy transfer. Helga, yes. I used to be blown away by that back in the day when you would play Chain Fighter. When you would play Clay Fighter, and the announcer would talk, and he was like, Helga versus, whoever else. I can't remember their names. Helga versus Helga. And I was like, oh my God, that's someone's real voice. It blew me away. Was the game good? It was all right. Last story before we get into our news, just because I want to talk about it. Who here, besides Mom Brain at the table, saw the trailer for the movie Trap?
I haven't.
You guys remember Josh Hartnett?
Oh,
do, yeah.
man. Who could forget him?
How could we
Well,
forget?
guys,
Stunning performance from the movie Pearl Harbor.
That's right.
That's
He's
right.
coming back.
The
Someone has
Faculty.
finally put him in another movie in a starring role,
Wow.
and the trailer started. I was like, Josh Hartnett.
It's because
so
he had
nice to
that bit
see
part
him.
in Oppenheimer, and
That's
he was
right.
huge
That's
now.
right.
He's back,
Um,
baby.
They
I
used
was
to
like-
call him Josh Hotnet.
Well, you still can. You still can. So
I think he's lost a little bit of the touch.
well, he got
We all
older,
do,
but,
as
Yeah,
we-
some people. I mean, look at our old friend Pedro Pascal. He's gotten better looking as he's gotten older.
That's not fair because you've only known Pedro Pascal for like the last 3 years.
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
you
he
We've
look
wasn't-
at
seen
he
old
we've
wasn't
seen
pictures-
old stuff, and I don't
He
know.
wasn't a boy toy
Yeah.
heartthrob.
I mean, he's
Some
Heartnet throb.
some men do get finer with wine.
like you.
With
Heart
wine.
net throb.
You get finer. Yes, most men get finer with wine.
But anyway, Josh Hartnett is in a new movie coming out this summer. I want to say called Trap. It is it's influenced by a real life story, but there's a lot of liberties to it.
By Cat Trap.
This guy is going to a concert with that would be really funny. This guy's going to there's your picture, Crazy Colonel. Trap, but it's Cat Trap, the movie with Josh Hartnett. He's going to a concert with his daughter. He doesn't know anything about the concert, but he just seems
Do
like
you have your passport?
he just seems
Did
like a
you
really
get your
nice dad
shots?
taking his kid to this concert, and they're like sitting there watching the concert. And he tells his daughter, like, "Are you okay? I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom, whatever, blah blah." And
You
she's
never
like,
do
"Yeah, I'm
that."
fine." So he gets up and he goes to the bathroom, and he sees like there's a whole bunch of police and everything going by the arena, and like there's like armed guards that are going to the front doors and everything. And he's like looking to try and figure out what's going on. And he stops at one of the t-shirt stands and he's like talking to the employee there. He's like, "What's going on here? What are all these people doing?" He's like, "I'm not supposed to tell you." But he's like,
This is all in the trailer?
"Yeah." He's like, because I know they say trailers spoil everything, but I think what you see in the trailer just sets up the whole point of the movie.
Sure.
So the guy at the t-shirt stand is like, this whole thing, he's like, this whole concert's actually like a sting operation. He's like, he's like, that killer that's out there, what I forget what he says, but he's like, this is the trap for that guy. They're trying to find that guy. So he's like, they're scanning everybody that comes in here, and they're looking to see, like, they're trying to find out. They have reason to believe he's going to be here.
Josh Hartnett could be the killer.
So Josh Hartnett is the killer. They show that in the trailer. Like, Josh Hartnett goes to the...
What?
Well,
I think we all saw
that's-
that coming already.
yeah, that's not the point of the movie. You all saw that coming. So Josh Hartnett goes to like
You spoiled the trailer.
High Blood Ocean. Yeah. Josh Hartnett goes to the bathroom and looks at his phone, and he's got like a webcam of the guy he's got trapped in his basement or whatever.
So we
So
know.
Josh Hartnett is the killer, and the movie's about, I guess, him trying to evade the people while staying at the concert, and obviously not blowing the cover with his daughter of being like, "Oh, I am that psychotic killer that's out there."
Does
So
it seem like it's a drama, like a scary drama, or like a thriller, or does
it's
it
a
seem
thriller.
like it's fun,
It's
like a
no,
dark
no,
comedy?
it's a thriller, and it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a thriller.
That's the twist at the end.
Well,
will be
the
one.
the twist that
Twist was in the trailer.
somebody in the comments. The first comment was like, "M. Night's putting the twist in the trailer now." But I was thinking about M. Night Shyamalan because he's had hits, he's had misses. He's very divisive in all of his movies, but for his hits and misses, he's always someone where I know he'll at least have something interesting. Even if I don't like the movie, I can be like, all right, I'm gonna see something that's got a little something interesting to it. It's an enjoyable ride for most of the time. And if I end up hating it, it's not a big deal because I'll see another movie of his that I end up liking. Like Unbreakable is one of my favorite movies of all times. Signs was I really liked Anya Taylor-Joy. Split.
Mhm.
I like Split a lot.
Now that
The Old People movie I enjoyed. We had fun seeing that in the theater.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
Old, the other one.
The
where
Visit.
The Visit.
Yeah,
So,
but then you got The Village. I mean, that just spoiled me on
See,
him
The Village-
forever.
I'm okay.
hated it.
I felt like personally like offended by
Village
it.
is very middle of the road for me. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It was just a movie. Cabin in the Woods, I really enjoyed Batista's performance, and I enjoyed like 2/3 of the movie. In the end, it was kind of like the end didn't make me mad, but I was like, but I was like, the movie I enjoyed like while I was going along for the ride. So M. Night's always just at least interesting. So I saw this and I was like,
It's always a good premise. Always
yeah.
a good premise.
He's got 2 movies coming out this year. He's got that one and the one with
I think the other one's directed by his daughter.
Oh,
I believe.
really?
I believe.
And that movie looks interesting too.
That one does look good,
You
too.
the one where all the people, it looks like they're trapped in some little room and there's
Oh,
things
yeah,
watching
Watchers.
them. Yeah.
The
Or-
Watchers, yeah.
Oh, great, Drake. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, I was like, Josh Hartnett back. I always liked Josh Hartnett, but I wasn't crazy about him. He just seemed like he was a nice guy and enjoyable in roles. Not like an amazing
I
actor,
didn't
but
know
not a
you were
bad
such
actor.
a fan.
Well, I'm not a fan.
Think
I'm
you
not gonna
know
be
a
like,
guy.
oh, the new Josh Hartnett movie's out. Let's go see it. But you're a heartthrob. You get cast in all these roles, and then you get older, and people are like, we don't want you
Yeah,
anymore.
well,
and it was
I mean,
nice.
He
to s-
disappeared for a while.
Yeah.
But didn't he voluntarily? He was like, I'm taking time off for whatever. He was doing his own thing.
I don't know how much of it was voluntarily disappear versus I'm not getting roles anymore, so I'm also going to say like I'm going to
Well,
Well, you
step
gotta
away.
wonder, what happens to a Leo
Hey,
DiCaprio
what
versus a Josh Hartnett? Like, at what point in the career does one guy become an Oscar winner
Yeah.
forever in every movie, and then
Yeah.
at one point this guy disappears, and then shows up 20 years later looking like your uncle?
Yeah, exactly. So when I saw him in the trailer, I was like, that's nice to see him back. There's so many other actors that are out there that are in so many movies and they're bad actors. I'm like, Hartnett can at least do a decent job. And I like him in the trailer. He's like,
Mhm.
he played, it was really good. You saw it coming a mile away when it was like, that's not the point of the movie though. In the movie, in the trailer, he's a very nice guy and he seems like he's being really sweet to his daughter. And then the second you hear there's a killer, you're like, oh, well, he's going to be the killer. But then they show you that. I'm like, okay, that's not the point of the movie. Now
Well, it sounds
I'm down.
like another good premise. I
Yeah.
mean, M. Night has a lot of really great ideas, and he knows cinema in and out. Like,
Yeah.
it makes even if you don't care for the films, like they're interesting to watch. He's got a great eye. Like, I find
Yes.
that his films, are definitely watchable, even if they're ones that you don't care for.
Then there's The Happening, which is one of the worst movies
I
I've
still
ever
haven't
seen.
seen that,
But it
yeah,
was one
I
of
know
the best movies I've ever seen because that is a movie night movie through and through. Like it is so
What?
funny
Man,
in how
no.
bad it is. But yes, I remember we saw that in the theaters and I was like, this was horrendous, but I still had a very enjoyable time because it was that kind of bad, good, bad, where you're like, how did this get past? How did everybody in Hollywood that was attached to this be like, yep, let's put this out there because boy, was that bad. But
I know.
The Visit was the name of that other movie.
yes,
Yeah, The Visit.
Deux said that. Yeah.
Yeah. I read somewhere, this is a couple years ago, I read that he had I guess signed a contract for a bunch of movies, and
Yes.
that's why a bunch of movies
yeah.
I don't think he was invested in as far as from the story perspective.
Yeah,
So
it was-
a lot of his late stage career movies have been those forgettable ones. Like there's one on an elevator that
Yeah.
there's another one.
He
There's
did
an
the one-
Avatar one or
Yes,
something.
yes. And he did the one with didn't he do the one with Will Smith and Jaden Smith?
He maybe did. Yeah, he might have done that
it was-
too.
Earth in the Future. Or something
Yes.
like that.
Yes. It was contractually obligated movies that he was doing just to make the movies that he wanted to do. So yeah,
Right.
there's that too. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
So I
to
think
factor
that got him a bad rep as well.
in. Yeah, but it's still like that stuff really hurt him because when for a while there, I guess not so much anymore, but for a while there, when you would see his name come up in the theater during a trailer, like there were audible groans or like laughs.
I
'cause people
remember
were
that.
Like, so,
Yeah.
but it's getting away from that a little bit. But anyway, as we've always been on this podcast, huge Josh Hartnett fans, so we're looking forward to seeing his movie, and we'll give you a full review. All right, let's do some news. Some big news actually happened this week, so let's talk about it. Let's do it. Thank you, Mom Brain. Not a lot of top stories as usual because we are in springtime and it's slow, but I'll give you what we got. Nintendo is not attending Gamescom this year. It's not the first time they've skipped Gamescom. I believe they skipped in 2022. They're skipping 2024. Usually do that when they have other events that they'd rather promote their stuff at, or they got a lighter schedule. Obviously, it makes perfect sense for them to skip this year because they're working on the Switch's successor. So they're probably not at a point. They haven't officially announced it yet.
We're not done yet.
They haven't officially announced it yet, but everybody knows it's coming. Maybe they will announce it before then, but they're not going to show it off at an event like this. So yeah, they don't really have a reason to attend.
How would they show it off, do you think?
If they're going to do it as they did with the Switch, then just one random day they'll put out a trailer and be like, here's the Switch's successor. That's what it was with Switch. That video came out to show what the Switch was, and then I think
There wasn't like on Friday we're gonna have a secret. It was just like one day you woke up and there was a trailer.
I don't remember. I might be conflating things because they did have that event afterwards that was like streamed online to showcase more. Like they showed HD Rumble and they showed ARMS and they gave more details.
And you knew that was going to be for
We knew
the
that
next
was
gen
coming,
system,
yeah.
whatever the next system was.
But
gonna
as
be.
far as that, when that trailer came out, I want to say there wasn't an announcement before that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure someone in the Discord, everybody who's in the Discord knows better. So if anybody remembers that, fill me in. But yeah, they could just drop a trailer. It worked. I mean, that first trailer worked so well for them and it got people talking. And obviously the system was a hit. So we'll see what they do. I imagine, like you and I do with everything, they are overthinking it to the nth degree because they're like, oh, God, whenever we have a really big hit system, we followed up with one that's not as popular. What are we going to do? So if they're ever going to execute, I think this will be the time where they actually execute on having a follow-up successor. I don't think it'll be as big as the Switch, but I think it'll be pretty darn successful, especially with the way Microsoft is in this console landscape right now, because that Xbox is struggling so bad. PlayStation is doing fine, but Nintendo is more like they as they always do, they operate in their own space. But now people are like, I get a PlayStation and I get a Nintendo, whatever Nintendo does. And some people still get Xbox, but not many. Xbox just can't get it together anymore.
Not many.
Nintendo's
They're in
official
real trouble out of here.
Nintendo's official statement about not attending Gamescom is, quote, Gamescom is a central event in Nintendo's event calendar this year. However, after careful consideration, we decided against taking part in Cologne. That's where it's held. Instead, players can try out the games for Nintendo Switch as part of other Germany-wide events. So they will be in Germany Nothing against the German people.
The Germans.
They will be at other German events, but not doing Gamescom.
Das ist not good.
So sorry, everybody. That's just the way it is. First comment comes from Joe Shabadoo. They say, I'd have to assume they have their own events planned following a potential summer reveal of the new hardware. That or they will tease it in the fall, the same way they did with Switch. And at that point, Gamescom then becomes way too early to feature anything for the new console. What's interesting is that we will most likely see games at Gamescom that will inevitably be released on their next machine, but the devs won't be able to talk about it. That is true. We know about games now that will without a doubt be on the Switch's successor. Just every company has to pretend like that's not the case right now because they can't say it's on Switch. And people are like, why is this not on Switch? Because it's going to be on the successor. Like that new Mana game. I don't remember what the name of it is, but that game is 1 bazillion% going to be on the Switch's successor. It's just not going to be on Switch. So right now, Square Enix has to pretend like, oh, we're not supporting Nintendo fans. And then when the system's announced, they'll be like, oh, we're bringing that over. So yeah, that's the case with a lot of games right now, without a doubt. Yeah, we'll do it. This week was an Indie World showcase, and we got the recap on everything. Thank you to Nintendo Jam and Quince for helping me cover the Indie World showcase this time. It was 20 plus minutes of indie games, updates on games we already knew about, and details on brand new games. And of course, there were shadow drops as well. And, let me go to the recap. Here's what was shown. Little Kitty Big City, which is a game we've known about for a while. Mom Brain. I can't tell you how many people reached out to me.
Not appropriate.
To be like, Mom Brain
Meow.
needs to play this game. It is right up your alley. It's a whimsical journey as you take the role of a curious kitten on an adorable adventure to find your way back home. Yes, you can annoy people. Yes, you can knock over plants and all other things. Yes, you can put all kinds of hats on your cat. We got an official release
Rat
date
hat?
finally. I
A
don't
rat
know.
hat on your cat?
There's other animal hats. Maybe there is a rat hat. I know there's a bunny hat. So maybe rat.
Bunny Lord.
So we've known this is coming to Switch, but we finally got a release date. It's due out May 9th. So very soon, Mom Brain. Make sure you look into that.
Mm-hmm.
Europa was announced for Switch, which is a game we knew existed but didn't know was coming to Switch. Imagine Zelda open world, but without combat and a focus on exploration and puzzles only. That's what Europa is. It looks really cool. 3D action platformer. Use a jetpack to glide around the environment. Breathtaking landscapes. Blah, 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 blah. Solve puzzles and navigate hidden dangers amongst the ruins as you discover the story of the last human alive. I've been really excited for Europa,
Did you know
and
you
it's
can
very
play
awesome to
Tetris
see.
for free on Tetris.com?
What's going on here, Josh?
Sure, whatever.
Speaking of free, Josh, there's a free demo for Europa available on Switch now, so you can find out if it's for you. The Ninja Turtles have a new game.
Be careful playing that game, RMC, because if you find out that that person's not the last person on Earth, you might get upset.
Oh, that's true. You're right. If I got to the end and find out there's another person, forget. Well, as long as they leave me alone until the end, I'm all right. Then.
Actually, or maybe it's because it's called Europa, it won't bother you because it's not the name of the game's not the last person on Earth. So
If
there
it
could be
was
another
the
person.
last human in Europa, then yeah.
It's very specific.
Ninja Turtles are in a new game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate. The heroic Ninja Turtles need to fend off the Foot Clan in their first roguelike adventure. If you'd like to know what a roguelike is, just think of Hades. That's what it's like. And yes, you can play as every turtle. So pick the turtle you want and make your way through the adventures with randomized elements like the power-ups and changing room layouts and boss modifiers. So again, if Hades is your kind of thing and you like the Ninja Turtles, this might be up your alley. And it has 4-player co-op. So you can get friends locally or online. It's whatever way you want. And it's also drop in, drop out. So you can continue on even if your friends drop out. And nope, not going to do it. So
You're not going to play it?
no, I am
You're
going to play
finish it by yourself
There it
without
is.
us?
There it is.
That sounds right.
It's coming out on the Switch in July as a timed console exclusive. So Switch will have it first, and it will be the only console to have it for a limited time. We don't know how long. Deux.
That's
SteamWorld
me.
Heist 2 was announced. SteamWorld Heist, excellent game. It's a turn-based I don't know how to describe it. It's turn-based, but it's action. So like you take turns with the enemy, but you have like a certain amount of spaces you can move or a certain distance you can move, but you're actually like aiming and firing your gun. It's not like using menu inputs. I loved that game so much, and it's got a bullet ricochet mechanic where you bounce bullets on walls to hit people above and below you. It's really good. It was a really, really fun game. I absolutely loved it. So good to know a sequel is on the way. More robots. And now instead of in outer space, you're out on the high seas. So maybe a shanty or two, do.
Ooh,
Uh,
all that salt
listening.
water is not good for robots.
That's right. They are on a boat, so hopefully they don't fall in the water. But I'm sure water will come into play at some point.
You're a sweaty.
Character customization options combined with more than 150 weapons, utility items, and ship equipment pieces. Strategically craft your crew to best fit the mission at hand. Comes out on Switch August 8th. Very much looking forward to that. Cat Quest 3, which we knew was in the works as well. Also,
I'm always on a cat quest.
that is an RPG series. It is also coming out August 8th, which is quite... Man, I didn't realize that until now. Same day for both of those games.
Also quite near your birthday.
That's true. And there's a free demo out for Cat Quest 3 on the Switch right now. It's a cute,
I'm sorry,
casual action
when?
RPG. Right, meow.
Thank you.
And you explore in Cat Quest 3 the Caribbean or the Caribbean, whichever you would like. My loins tingled during this Indie World Showcase because Way Forward has a new game. Surprise! So Atari's been doing this thing where they're taking all their old franchises and they're teaming up with other companies to revive these franchises. Some are like a brand new version of the franchise. Some are taking liberties with the franchise, and some are completely reimagining the franchise. So with Way Forward and Atari, we are getting the classic Atari game Yar's Revenge completely reimagined as Yar's Rising, and now it's going to be a side-scrolling action adventure, basically a Metroidvania. Take control of the young hacker Emi Kimura, who is hired by a mysterious patron to infiltrate the shadowy Quotech Corporation. Run, jump, sneak, and hack your way through waves of robotic and alien enemies as you slowly unravel a complex secret shrouded in intrigue. Also includes a series of challenging retro minigames that pay homage to the original Yar's Revenge. That comes out on Switch later this year. So a surprise announcement from Way Forward. I'm totally down with that. Sticky Business, which was surprise announced and released. It was a shadow drop. It's a cozy business simulation. You run a sticker shop in which you create and ship stickers to customers. There are over 400 design elements to choose from, and you can get upgrades, including effect foils. Dew and I have been big sticker fans on iOS lately.
Yeah,
No more
some
comment
real
about
fun.
that. Plus, Plan With Me paid DLC adds 10 more customer stories revolving around the theme of journaling and over 100 more sticker elements. So there you go. It's out right now. DLC is coming. We will have a review for it eventually. I have to talk to the team about who wants to tackle it, but we will have a review. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which was announced a very long time ago, finally has a release date. I've been so excited for this game. And it's been killing me that it's taken so long to be developed, but now we know when it's coming out. It's coming out May 16th. It's made by Simogo, the same team that did Sayonara Wild Hearts, which was another excellent game and award-winning. Participate. A woman is summoned to participate in a project in an old hotel somewhere in Central Europe, and she becomes embroiled in a game of increasingly nightmarish and surreal illusions. Third-person adventure features over 100 handcrafted puzzles with shifting mechanics and perspectives, each which leads players closer to deciphering the enigma. It's got a great look. It's got a great premise. It's got great gameplay mechanics. It looks like a really awesome puzzle game. Totally down for this. Very excited for it. Glad it has a release date. Again, May 16th. It comes out. So look forward to that. Stitch was another game that was shadow dropped. Create beautiful embroidery patterns by solving puzzles called hoops of varying difficulty and sizes. To me, it looks like Picross combined with stitching. Complete hoops in whatever order you'd like. Each one offers a relaxing and calming experience, featuring a handy hint feature as well as various settings. And there's also a free Stitch mode and daily Shikaku puzzles that offer a challenge with no hints. And there's weekly hoops that are inspired by real-life events and filled with trivia. Out now on Switch. Anton Blast, which was announced for Switch a long time ago, finally has a release date. It's coming out November 12th. It has a free demo as well. Anton Blast, all you need to know is it's inspired by the old school Wario franchise, not WarioWare, Wario Land. So if you liked Wario Land or like more in that style of game,
I'm gonna win.
then you would like Anton Blast. But again, there's a free demo, so give it a shot. Refined Self, the personality test game. In his exploration-based adventure, you take on the role of an android, the creation of a now-deceased doctor. There are no right or wrong choices on his journey, and every decision you make reveals a little more about who you are. Travel to places from your memories, interact with other characters, and gradually piece together the future your creator envisioned for you. At the end of the journey, your personality type will be revealed, and with 23 personality types to discover, you can make different choices in each playthrough and see where they lead you. You can even share your results with other players and compare your choices. Comes out as a timed exclusive on Switch this summer. Valley Peaks was announced. It's a first-person rock climbing platformer set
My
in a
stripper name.
pastel mountain range filled with riveting villagers. Riveting.
Oh.
As a new technician signed to the peaks, explore to your heart's content and attempt to overcome seemingly impossible challenges. Between climbs, you can chat with the froggy folk and take on small side quests like filling out your stamp cards for equipment unlocks. Alternatively, kick back and relax with minigames as you tend to the needs of the valley's inhabitants. This looks really cool. And it looks like a fun kind of platformer puzzler. Climbing on the
folk.
Switch later this year.
And Moneymaker Mike.
Animal Well got a release date. Animal Well, oh man, I don't even know how to explain Animal Well other than could not be more up my alley. We've known it was coming, but now it's got a release date May 9th. Another game we knew was coming, another Crab's Treasure, which is like Dark Souls, but you play as a crab. Comes out April 25th, but it's got accessibility features, including a shell that you can wear that one hit kills every single enemy. So you should never feel overwhelmed. If there's an enemy that's giving you way too much trouble, you could use that, get right past them, and continue on. So again, April 25th. Shim, another game we heard about a long time ago, got a release date. It's a 3D platformer. It's coming out July 18th. Mom Brain, perhaps
Yes?
you'd be interested in the May 23rd release, Duck Detective, The Secret Salami. A narrative adventure in which players will need to use their powers of
Deduction.
That's right, to inspect evidence, fill in the blanks, and quack the case.
Wow.
May 23rd. And then finally, BZZZT, Bzz, a fast-paced platformer with a retro future feel, releasing summer 2024. It's a brand new developer. It's their first game ever. And it's my favorite one-man team.
That is your favorite.
One-man team.
It's one of
So
your
very
favorites.
cool that it's their first game ever. So good luck to them. Another game that looks right up my alley. Precision, beautiful pixel platformer. It looks awesome. Cheeses 2 says, whole lot of nothing. Gonna be a slower year than 2020. There's your favorite. There's your standard internet comment. So there you go. It was, like I said, 20-minute plus presentation. You can check out the whole thing if you want, or there's your recap. If you're more into traditional big budget AAA games,
Trad B Budge TA.
and you are a Switch Online member in North America, you'll be happy to know that the latest free trial is available. So again, if you're a Switch Online member, from April 17th until April 23rd, you can play NBA 2K24 in its entirety at no additional cost. So it's the basketball game, the latest basketball game in the 2K franchise. You can play the full game, every feature, every aspect. And if you like it, all your saved data transfers over to the main game. And you can buy the main game right now for 85% off. That's if you go with the digital version, obviously. That's the Black Mamba edition. But if you go with the standard version, you can get that for 75% off. So big discounts on that. That sale lasts until April 29th. So you can play the demo, or not the demo. You can play the full game for free as a Switch Online member until the 23rd. Then you got a whole other week to decide if you want to cough up the cash to buy the full game at 75% off at the very least. Steister says, I think what Nintendo means to say is North America's next Switch Online, no additional cost game trial. There you go, Lube. what you said, that one podcast has stuck with everyone.
I know. Change the world.
You did. I mean, Nintendo now says that in their press release. It says at no additional cost. So that didn't always used to say that.
I know. I remember.
Just putting it out there. North America, what do we got? Let me tell you. Thank you.
Let me tell you something.
Grounded.
What I do.
Fully Yoked Edition. That is the Microsoft published game. Planet of Lana. That is the cinematic platformer. Sticky Business and Stitch, which we just talked about. 4 in a row. A Tale of Paper Refolded. Airy, Cyber City. Alchemy, Pipes Puzzle. Arcade Archives versus Super Xevious Mystery of Gump. Archer 3D Bow Shooting Range. Arc Runner. Bunny Garden. Corn Kids 64, which I will be talking about later. Courageous Reasoning, Nori 6 Mickey Edition. Last. Don't know what any of that means. Dadish 3D. Dream Tactics. Hide Glide 2, that's the PC 8801 version. Euden Chronicle 100 Heroes comes out April 23rd. We're almost there, guys. The I forget the man's name. The poor guy died during development. The Suikoden creator, his new RPG. Man, he died like 2 months ago. He doesn't even get to see the game release. But looks excellent. Epic Dumpster Bear 1.5 DX Dumpster Fire Rebirth.
Yeah.
Evil God Corone. False Dream. Fight Club. Not based on the movie. Glorious Savior. Icky Unite. That's the classic Sunsoft game, but a brand new version. Insurmountable. Japan Train Models. JR Freight Edition. Thank you. Joral's Brother in the Most Important Game of the Galaxy. Complete Edition. Lunar X. Lunar Lander Beyond. Magical Girl Dash. Make It Fly. Megaton Musashi W Wired Standard Edition. Odd Hue Out. Park Them All. Perfect Knife. Picross Logia Art Grimoire. That's from Jupiter, the Kings of Picross games. Pretty Girls Escape Plus.
What? Did your voice crack?
Pretty Girls Escape Plus. Puss in Boots Perfect Adventures. Oh my god. I guess it's Radirinth. Like Labyrinth, but I guess you shouldn't say it like that. Ratrinth.
I'm interested.
I'm going to look it up. Ratrinth.
Ratrinth.
Ready, Steady Ship. Reigns Beyond. Risky Chronicles and the Curse of Destiny. Rough Ganor. Scheming Through the Zombie Apocalypse Episode 2. Caged. Sokobalion. Sokobond Express. Stone Age Digital Edition. Tales of Kenzera Zhao. That is the Metroidvania made by that the guy who was inspired by the loss of his father. It's being published by EA. It looks awesome. TMNT Arcade Wrath of the Mutants. The Mildew Children. Sounds like a new take on the Boxcar Children. Those kids gotta stink like mildew, right? Man, I love those books. Tongue Tale. Trackline Express. Unboxing Idol Factory Simulator. Where is Drake? The rapper? The cake? The Nathan? Which country is larger? And then again, Europa got a demo and Anton Blast got a demo. No comment on that. Lube, would you like to do the European release?
I would love to. Thanks for asking.
Are you able to access them on your mobile
What
device?
are the next European
Where would I find
masterpieces?
that?
Let's
I can
find
text
out
it to
with Nicky's sweet
Oh yeah, text. I have texting.
release.
I have a cell phone and it has text capabilities.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. It was, I guess it was like early college years where like texting was first a thing, and I remember like T9 texting
Oh, yeah.
and I used to I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and I only did it with a couple people, and everybody else was like, texting is so dumb. Why wouldn't you just make a phone call? I'm like, I hate phone calls. Why would you not want to text all the time?
Yeah, I thought that. I was like, if I want to talk to someone, I'll just call them.
Well, and
Now-
Nikki Hill still thinks that. way.
Yeah, now I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go, Lube. I sent it to you.
Yes, it's going. It's loading.
Are you not on our Wi-Fi?
No,
Oh,
you changed the password too many times. All right, I got it. All right, here we go for Europe, the week of April 18th, 2024.
the year of our Lord.
4 in a row. Airy. Cyber City. Alchemy Pipes Puzzle. Archer 3D Bow Shooting Range. Arc Runner. A Tale of Paper Refolded.
A tale of paper equals 4 of coin.
Color Road. Color spelled the American way. For Europe. That doesn't make any sense. Rummy Cowboy.
I didn't do this one. Not my fault. I mean, that's fine.
Mm.
We here in America, we don't need that U, damn it.
They're not going to know what the heck that game's about.
We annexed that U in America.
Color Road.
Oh, okay.
Crypt Trio.
Yeah, it's like
a cryptocurrency game.
It makes you think that, but it's not at all.
Yeah.
It's like a crypt, like dead.
Yes.
And it's kind of like
a trio of crypts.
It's kind of like Tetris, but it's more about matching, and you have to match 3 of the pieces together.
Are the Tetris shapes just dead bodies contorted into squares and lines?
They're
and
weird.
Ls?
They are weird. Let me look it up.
There was a Monty Python game like that back in the day.
I remember
Did
that.
you know you can win money just for playing Tetris?
Thank you, Josh.
$5,000 is
Yeah,
on the line
thank you.
tonight in Tetris Prime Time.
Thanks, Josh. While you're looking that up, I'll continue. Dream Tactics. Egg Console Hedelide 2 PC8801.
Said perfectly.
Good. Epic Dumpster Bear 1.5 DX Dumpster Fire Rebirth. Next is Evil God Core 1. Exploration Adventures. Farmyard Haven. Grounded. Iki Unite. King Krieg Survivors. Lunar Axe. Is that on the moon?
Oh, I remember posting about it, and I honestly don't know.
All right. Well, next up, we got Make It Fly. Now, is that about making something physically airborne or making something look cool?
Yes.
I hope it's the latter.
Yeah.
Okay. Mars Assault 3D Shooter. N Blocks. Unblock your creativity. Off-Road Jeep Quest Mountain Trails.
Here, I finally got a Crypt Trio picture. It's like animals and people kind of contorted into weird shapes, but they're not dead.
Okay.
But they are in a crypt. So.
Where was I? Over Delivery Simulator. I live Delivery Simulator. I don't need that.
Our job
game,
is delivering, but we over deliver.
we give you other people's stuff too.
Yeah. What do you want? I got some other boxes back here. I can go home early, and you guys just take a couple off my hand.
Yeah. Park Them All. Perfect Knife.
The one that kills.
Planet of Lena. Pretty Girls Escape Plus.
And Pretty Girls Escape Plus.
Next up, we got Ready, Steady, Ship. I guess about boating, maybe? Or about shipping packages?
That's what it is
Not
about, but I
about
think it takes
boating?
place on a spaceship.
Oh, all right. Like the Planet Express. Reigns Beyond. Rose and Camellia Collection.
That's about slapping people, not alive.
Three Stooges style. Yeah, hit me on my paralyzed
Yeah.
side. I don't know how to pronounce this other one. Sagres.
Good enough. I don't know either.
Scheming Through the Zombie Apocalypse. Episode 2. Caged. Followed by Soko Ballin. I don't know. Soko Balian?
Yeah.
Soko Ballin?
Yeah. No, Soko Balian. You're
Soko
right.
Ballin. I like that one. Soko Bond Express. Sticky Business. Stitch. Probably not Disney Stitch.
No,
This
it's-
next one's funny. This is a funny title.
Yeah. Stone Age Digital Edition.
Unintentionally funny.
That's
yeah.
very funny. I find that funny.
The Mildew Children. Ooh, I like this. Tongue Tail.
Rated M for mature.
Yeah. Trackline Express. Unboxing. Idol Factory Simulator. And Zookeeper.
Zookeeper. Lube, is there a comment?
There is a comment. by Steister, and it said, "Vad kommer ut Nikki."
There you go. Thank you, Sticer. We appreciate the dedication on those. Ratrinth.
Not on the list.
Take on the role of a nimble rodent separated from his family and lost in a frightening forest filled with fearsome foes. Ratrinth is a side-scrolling precision platformer with brain-teasing level design and retro presentation. It sounds really
It sounds up your alley,
gonna
if
go look.
anybody's. God.
Well, Mom Brain.
Oh my God, it's in black and white suit. God, enjoy that RMC.
Yep.
Ugh.
Oh,
Not
this
for
looks,
me.
No,
this
thank
looks
you.
great. This looks great. Yep. I love a precision platform and
Oh,
hidden
did
rooms.
you see that
hidden
hidden-
rooms?
You gotta like go all the way
Yep.
over there to find the hidden
Yep.
room too.
This
Ugh,
looks great. This looks
terrible, terrible.
great.
Probably doesn't teach you a thing. You probably have to learn it all as you go.
Oh man, this looks so good. I'm so glad GoNintendo posted about this game. That's great. And that's your top stories. Okay. Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
Penny and Flo.
How did it go?
Good.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Lube, what have you been playing?
A little bit of Fortnite
I-10 Division.
with the bros, and a lot of Helldivers too with no bros, just random people.
I believe I told you text us on Mondays if you want to play, and we have not received the
That's
text.
because this Monday we played Fortnite on Monday.
Did we?
Yeah.
Most likely.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I don't remember. Usually we're down people who played on Monday.
You, me, Do, and Adam.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that really Monday?
Yeah, because Brian plays basketball on Mondays.
Why did we do? Someone must have. Oh, I know why. Because somebody asked earlier to play Fortnite. That's what it was. Before you didn't text anything. So yeah, that was it. You're right. You're right. Story checks out.
No, I didn't play any Civ this week. I
Oh, no.
apologize.
Is that it for you?
As for what I played, yes.
Is there more you want to share about what you?
I mean, I've been watching a new show, and I don't
Let's
watch
hear.
shows, and it's a video game show.
Fallout.
Yeah, I started
And-
watching it. I am enjoying it.
I heard
It's a
good things.
fun ride.
Mhm.
I'm only 3 episodes in, and I do like Fallout games, but I'm not a huge Fallout person. I only played Fallout 3, and I really wanted to play Fallout 4, but when it came out, it was just, I was on my endless overnights, and I just
Yeah.
couldn't do it. And then I tried playing Fallout 76 when it first came out, and it crashed my PS4, I guess, at a time, like twice.
Didn't have the best launch in anyway.
Yeah, and I was like, F there, and I never went back to it. So, but the TV show came out, and I was like, I still liked Fallout 3 a lot, so I'm going to give this a shot. I had
Mhm.
heard good things, and it's a lot of fun.
I saw someone who played Fallout 76 when it first came out and had no fun, which was like a lot of people, but they just went back to it now because of the show, and they were like,
That's-
it's such a vastly better
That's what I'm
game
seeing now. So I'm like,
nowadays,
maybe I'll reinstall it and give it another shot.
their sales on Fallout games went insane after the show. Like in Europe, they already put out the top 10.
Mhm.
And 4 of the top 10 for weekly games were Fallout games. It
No,
boosted
I
sales.
believe
that
it. Like
much.
3 was great. I absolutely love Fallout 3, and I
liked
heard nothing
Vegas
but
or New
good thing
Vegas.
about 4. I heard it was awesome. I just,
People like
like I said,
4.
I just never, it fell through the cracks like a million other
Yeah.
games I wanted to play, and never got around to. But
Well,
yeah, New Vegas was supposed to be good.
New Vegas was very
the
good.
Pit,
Yeah, I had a lot of fun
Ohio
with that.
expansion was supposed to be good for Fallout 3.
Well, bad news for Dew. Good news for you. I think good news for you. They have announced that Fallout is getting a season 2.
yeah,
so-
I already.
Why is that
heard
bad news
too.
for me? I want to know what happens next.
Well, you don't like when shows have more than one season, though.
But he does like Kyle MacLachlan, so
Who knows if he'll be in it? I hear he's not in this one too much.
Oh,
So
he'll
yeah,
be in
so
it.
I've been watching the Fallout TV show on Amazon, and I recommend it if you're a fan of the game. And even if you're not a fan of the game, I'm watching it with my wife, and she had no idea what was going on, and she's enjoying
My
it.
parents don't know anything about it, and they saw a trailer, and they were both like, "Oh, that looks really good." So, and Dew's watching, and he enjoyed it, or
Oh.
was watching, and he enjoyed it.
Cool.
So yeah,
And
it
then
seems
we can
like
talk about it after the
It's
show.
good.
opinion
I
of
liked
it
it.
all around is very good. Newcomers and
I
fans
asked
of the
Rami
game.
to watch it with me last weekend, but he didn't.
Yeah, you wanted to watch it on a random day at a random time.
Mom Brain,
like,
you're more than welcome to come over to my house, and you can watch it with me.
I'll 100% watch it with you, but yeah, like what? It was some random like
Maybe I don't want to watch it with you. So,
you asked me.
well, I gave you
Mom
the
Brain,
chance.
Fallout and chill.
That's it.
Fallout and chill. Fallout and chill.
What I never asked you was, I was curious. Oh, never mind. Stupid question. Not even gonna ask it. Not even gonna ask it. Dude, what are you playing?
Cuckoo. Played some Animal Crossing New Horizons. You know, I just found out that there's more going on at Harv's Island. I went there the first time and he was like some weird hippie and I was like, leave me alone. Like he wanted to take pictures or something. I was like, I don't trust him. I never went back. I had no idea if you go back, you can pay to have like all the shopkeepers come and set up shop on that island, and then they'll be there if you get bored. So this week I've been going, you know, with my bankroll because I got so many bells now. So thank goodness I have something to spend them on. I've been donating money to all of Harv's buddies, and that's what I've been focusing on. So that's a little something. No big deal.
Oh, that's right. I know what you've been playing.
Played some Fortnite. Fortnite's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I only got the gumption to start up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth once this week, and it was for about 30 minutes. When I started it up, I was like, look, you wanted this. You know, you were one of the people that wanted this remake so bad, and you spent $70 twice on it, and you put 64 hours into it, so you better finish this darn game. So I turned it on, and I was at like one of my favorite parts of the original, and I like, imagine this, I didn't even want to turn it on to play one of my favorite parts from the original, but anyways, so I turn it on, and again, the story diverges, whatever, it's gonna do that by now, I'm used to it. But I played for like 5 minutes as Cloud, and then all of a sudden it cuts and switches you back to Kate Sith, the robotic cat that I hate from the original, and you have to control this character, and that's your party leader. And then you have to go to fans of the game will know what I'm talking about, the Shinra Mansion, which in my opinion is like one of the coolest parts of the freaking game, and I got to do it cloudless with Kate Sith. It doesn't even make sense. It's like, this is where he's supposed to get some information revealed to him. I don't know.
Radical Defect has a great comment. They say, you were one of the people who wanted this remake so bad, and they didn't give you what you wanted all to. So they're right.
Well, yeah, I mean, they didn't give me what I wanted, but I guess I could have been more specific.
Yeah.
I was just like, give it to me remade, and that's how I want it.
I'm pulling
Show me to me, Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel, please.
Rachel,
Where, Rachel? So, I'm pulling something from somewhere. I want to say it's a cartoon. Oh, never mind. It's the scene in The Simpsons where they're watching something and they're hitting buttons and they're like, or maybe I'm conflating two things. They're saying like, so you want, it's like two opposite things that you want.
It's when they're talking to the kids about Funzo, like what they want and their favorite toy, right?
And it's like, no. It's like something about wanting like the characters love.
Poochie.
Oh, maybe
I thought it
like
was
that,
about
too.
Poochie.
That's when he goes, you stupid kids don't know what you want.
Yeah.
That's why you're still kids, because you're stupid.
Yeah, forget
Just tell us what's wrong with the freaking show.
Yeah, it's something about like wanting out of this world characters, but
it's totally down to earth.
Yes, that.
Right.
I couldn't remember it, but that's what it
that
made
was,
me think
that
of.
was the Itchy and Scratchy when they have the thing and they
That's
come up
it.
with Poochie,
Yes. Thank you.
So yeah, I played for about 30 minutes, and once I got to that part and I had to go through that mansion with this character that I hate, and I wasn't getting any of the revelations that made the first game so important. Like, look, the first game is just a time-based attack game. Like, as much as
The original game.
The original game, thank you. As much as I like the battle system, it's just an RPG, you know, like it was the story and the characters. That's why the game is so amazing and classic. And it's like, why am I even playing this? They changed it all. It's all different. I know I sound like an old guy yelling at a cloud, but I couldn't do it. So I couldn't. I stopped playing it. I haven't gone back.
You said yelling at a cloud. I'm going to bring it up because it is so funny. I don't remember what it is about, but I remember it being funny. So I'm going back to look. Nikki Hill, if he's listening, which I'm sure he will, might get mad that I'm going to say this. So Nikki Hill, I apologize in advance. Oh yes, this is so funny. We last week we talked about the cotton candy thing at Burger King and blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
He went to go get one, and he sent me a voice note. I'm not going to play it, but I'll read you the text. It says, "So it's a limited time. it's a limited time offer, the old cotton candy cloud BS. The other machine is down. Oh, it's down today. It's a limited time. If it's down today, that means it's even more limited. Get the hell out. Now, the way he voice noted it was really funny. And I said, you got to come to the one out here. They have it, no problem. And he says, it's this sort of BS that makes me swear off entire fast food chains. It legitimately makes me pissed off. So it started as a message where he was angry but funny. Then he got legitimately angry about it. And I sent him, old man yells at cloud. And I was like, it's the perfect meme because that's how you sound. And it's about a cloud drink. And he laughed. And I was like, okay, we're good. But I was like, that's really
pretty
funny. But anyway, both you guys yelling at clouds. And you know, in your case, I say it's warranted. Old man yells at cloud.
Cloud Strife. Yeah. I
So
think I made that. I
So
might have said that
perfect.
last week or something. But
So perfect.
because, yeah, every week I've been complaining about this game.
A lot
So
of
I don't-
cloud-based anger with our friends recently.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I don't know. I want to see it through to the end. I truly do. I want to, even though I know it's not going to satisfy me. I want to beat it.
Now,
And
now you've invested so much time into it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I need my payoff now.
So
you know,
much
like-
time has
It's just
been
like
put
a
into
clean
it.
cut, like I'm out.
Yeah,
That's
you
it,
don't
finally.
want to give up.
Yeah. You're like, I gotta, yeah, you spend 60 plus hours. You're like, I gotta see
Yeah,
this through now.
I'll suffer through to the
Yeah.
bitter end.
Yeah.
And
It's like, maybe
that's-
I'll stop doing the side quests.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what-
Yeah.
You should see-
beeline right to the end.
You
now.
should see, like, there's a breakdown of each section of the game, and it tells you how many like missions and like different stats. And like the first two are like all maxed out, and then like you could see less and I did less of the side missions, less of the
Yeah.
side stuff as we went, just because it was like getting too much. So I don't know. Like I said, I want to go back to it. Like I'm telling you now that I want to. When I get the controller in my hands, is that going to be different or what? I gotta check out whatever's going on in the Discord here. Yeah, that's brilliant.
perfect. That's
That's
perfect.
really-
Malakalo, that's
That's
amazing.
really awesome. So luckily I had something to distract me. Dead Island 2 came out with their second DLC this week. Sola is what it's called. And because I had gotten the special edition when the game first came out, I got to download it at no additional charge, which was nice. It's pretty cool. It takes place at like a Coachella or like a Burning Man type festival. So the environment's
Magumbe and Fuego Man?
yes, exactly. So the environment's really cool. It's a cool new place to go, and
This is how much people care about you. I still said, did Deux put on his wrist support for Dead Island this time?
I had to.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I've come to the conclusion that it's a mix of the PlayStation 5 controller and Dead Island 2, because I can play hours of Fortnite. I've played a ton of Final Fantasy 7, and my hands haven't gotten to that point. And what I've realized is I'm gripping the controller during Dead Island 2 like for dear life. I think I'm just getting so into it
Mhm.
that I'm just like, I don't know, I'm I don't know what's happening to my hands. So I had to, like, seriously, the second day of playing Dead Island, like back on Dead Island, I had to put the wrist straps on.
Because I asked you the first day and you said you were okay, but
The first day it was okay for a
Yeah.
while, and I knew, because I knew going into it that I was going to ease into it, because I was like, this game hurts your hands and you haven't played it in 6 months, so like you have to relearn the controls. And like, you're starting at level 30, so it's like,
Yeah.
could be difficult. So I went really slow the first day, and then before I knew it, I fell right back into the loot everything, press.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it like a different button sets that you're using? Like you're using
lot
different
of
buttons
it-
that you don't normally.
a lot of it is
use,
the
or-
repetitive looting. So like I'm never looking at what I'm
and
looting. I'm
that's a
just going
face
up
button.
and I'm
I'm
hitting
used
square.
to that.
and just
Yeah.
hit square.
So like all the other games are mostly trigger based. That's the button you're hitting the most. So
Well, this one, for some reason, it's the looting, and then whenever there's an intense group of zombies, I'll go into zombie mode myself, and then when they're all defeated, I realize just how hard I've been gripping this controller, and it's my own thing. But
Then you got to loot all those bodies.
then I looted all. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's a problem. But there's a couple of new things in it. There's like a couple of new weapons. There's like you get like a blade like a saw blade gun. You get a saw blade bat. You get like a guitar that has an axe attached to it. So some things that you've seen before in other games, but not yet in this one. There's a couple of new enemies. There's a lady called the Whipper. She's pretty cool. She's fast like one of those runner zombies, but she uses her entrails as a whip. So
Oh,
she's got like
nice.
her intestines are coming out, and she's like whipping them at you. And she's a lot more difficult because she has this scream that prevents you from going into fury mode. And fury mode is kind of like, a meter that builds up that you use on like the toughest zombies. So you can't use fury on her, which makes her that much more difficult. And as with lots of Dead Island type games, maybe one enemy isn't that difficult, but in certain situations you can get yourself into some hot water if you're not, if you don't plan things out right. So, but other than that, and the scenario of being at this festival, which is really nice looking, and there's a lot of cool little places and stuff, different parts of the festival, which make it a little unique. It's not. I don't know if it would be worth It's a $30 DLC, and I don't know if it would be worth that price if I didn't already have it downloaded. It's a great addition to the rest of Dead Island 2 and all its environments, because there's a lot of really cool environments around LA, and I love all that kind of stuff, but nothing big has changed about it. It would have been nice to have these like as part of the game. It feels like part of the game, It's not necessarily a $30 expansion, I don't think. I have gone through and finished it with one of my characters. It was a decent length. I have a feeling people could do it in like 3-4 hours, but it took me about 8, maybe a little bit more, just because I was snooping around. And there's a ton of like, unlocks to get, like safes and things like that. But it's you just get the standard stuff. You're not getting too much more over the extra weapons and things like that. I still love the gameplay. I find it very cathartic. I find it very fun and dynamic. But I'm really into this game. It's not something that I can recommend to everybody. The price of the base game has come down significantly, and I think it's worth it for a fun romp through. But I would say, if you are thinking about it, I would say it'd be worth trying to wait until you can get like the full, like the whatever the full version would be, so that you can get the 2 DLCs with it, because
I think it's
they're fun.
on the Game Pass now.
Oh, really? I wonder if it's on Game Pass. That'd be cool.
Because my wife started playing it, and I know
No way.
we didn't buy it. So
cool.
it was either a PS
Maybe
Plus game.
it's definitely not that yet.
It
So
was on the Game Pass.
it could be on Game Pass. And I think with the new DLC, Sola, I think it might be cross-platform now, which is cool, which would mean that I could play with you.
Yeah.
Um,
You can play with my wife.
yeah.
My wife.
But yeah, I mean, I've talked about this game a ton before, so I really like it. It's tough to recommend to everybody because it's the same thing over and over, but I have a ball smashing those zombies. And
Smashing my hand.
there's a couple of there's one like Easter egg, not really an Easter egg, but there's one section of the map that alludes to the first Dead Island, and it really made me smile. So it was cool to see like a little bit of homage paid to the first game. But other than that, like I said, I had a good time. The story is not good, but you weren't expecting it to be, and
Yeah.
like there's cutscenes where your character pointedly doesn't speak, and it was just like, oh, okay, so they didn't get the voice actors for this. It's like, it was kind of like, I don't know, just kind of lame. But there is a lot of new voice acting for the rest of like the dialogue, but like for these cutscenes, it's just like, what did they put together here? And none of it was too compelling. But again, I'm not playing Dead Island for the compelling story or anything like that.
Yeah, Dead Island 2 is on the Game Pass now.
Oh, that's really
Confirmed.
cool.
Just
Yeah,
double-checked.
I would recommend that to anybody who has Game Pass. That is awesome. And yeah, the last thing I'll say is that there's something. This is small. This doesn't hinder anything at all. But in the game, like the immune people like yourself are called Numen, Numen. That's simplified a lot. Like the immunity part, like whatever. It doesn't matter. But anyways, you're a Newman, and other Newman call themselves Newman, and all I could hear in my head was "Hello, Newman." That's all I could hear the whole time. So, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun to like beat up Stevie Nicks type zombies and things like that. There's they put like those like prairie hats on like people, and they're wearing festival clothes. So you're like beating up all these like like hipsters and stuff at a festival. So I had my fun. I recommend it highly to you, Lube. Now that you have Game Pass, I would definitely play some.
My wife already downloaded it, so
that's cool.
I just haven't started it.
Yeah, I think you'd have a good time. But so yeah, that's all that I've been playing. RMC, how about you?
Thanks for asking. You and I had a very similar experience this week because I went to play Final Fantasy VII, and I was thinking about how I didn't want to play it, but I was like, let me play. And I went in and played for longer than a half hour. I'd say close to an hour, but I was doing side missions still. So I did 2 side missions, and I was like, no more. I can't. I don't want to do this. I'm not having fun. I was like, I'll get to it later. I'm going to continue with it. I was just like, not this week. So I played Fortnite, of course, had a lot of fun. Fortnite, as always. These avatar abilities are so much fun. They make Dew and I were talking about it in the game. Just they keep adding things and changing things and tweaking things, and somehow they still make it even more fun, or new ways to do things that you've been doing forever that are more enjoyable in some ways. And this new avatar stuff is great. Like now my weapon loadout used to be like some sort of shotgun, a sniper rifle, and then like some ability for traversal. But now I go for 2 avatar abilities. I want waterbending, and I want airbending. Airbending for getting around, waterbending because it melts opponents like none other. It's so good and has infinite ammo. So
it's got amazing range. You can use it basically as a sniper rifle if you want.
And then if I can get a sniper rifle, I go for that, and then shield and health. But it's just so much fun. It's so great. So I played that, but I spent most of my week this week playing Corn Kids 64. One I've been very excited about. Corn Kids 64 is a brand new 3D platformer made in the style of 64 era 3D platformers.
Are you talking internet speak, or is that actually the name of the game?
That's the name of the game.
Okay.
So it's like a 3D platformer in vein of Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie or anything like that. Except it's brand new, just greatly influenced by those. And yes, it does retain the visual stylings of those games as well. So it looks like an N64 game, albeit in 1080p.
Like
so
Superman 64.
No, it looks like a nice one, like Banjo-Kazooie.
Jet Force Gemini.
Sure. Yeah, a rare game on the
Winback.
64. No, it looks better than Winback. No, it looks like Banjo-Kazooie, except completely different style of graphics, but same kind of overall aesthetic. And it's a 3D platformer. So you go around in stages and you collect things and you solve puzzles to open up new areas of stages. And man, is it so much fun. I've played a lot of new 3D platformers that aim to mimic that style or bring back that genre and bring back that feel. And some of them are good and some of them hit the mark, but are lacking in certain areas. This one really does feel like you're playing a platformer from back then. And I mean it in a positive way. Like, I can't think of any other new game that has made me feel more like my teenage self than this game does. Like, it really takes me back to being in my bedroom playing Banjo-Kazooie or something like that. It just feels right. The animation in the game is top notch. Like, they really animated everything extremely well. The way the character bounces and moves, the way the enemies move about, like you can tell it's a labor of love. They really, really did a good job with it. And the way you unlock levels and open up areas it feels so much like that era. It's just spot on, except it doesn't feel like you're just doing the same things you did in those games. It feels like the mechanics are there, but you're doing all new things. So it's just great. And the exploration, like, it did what Banjo-Kazooie did really well, which was give you modestly sized areas that were extremely dense in what they offered. Like from top to bottom, there was a ton of stuff to do in those levels, and that's what Corn Kid 64 has too. Like it's just the stages are so filled to the brim with things to do, and it's all platforming stuff, and it has a really good camera, but it's a restricted camera compared to what we get nowadays. Like now you have a full 3D camera and you can move. And this camera, you can rotate around you and see what you need to see, but it's somewhat limited, but it never is a hindrance. It's good. It's really good. You know, Super Mario 64 didn't have a fully 3D camera. It had the camera buttons and the Lakitu flew around and you would like shift things, but it wasn't fully 3D. This is better than that, but still more restrictive than what you would get today. Every once in a while, you'll get a camera angle where I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember when N64 games were like this, like you go up against a certain wall and the camera just like up against your face and you're like, what's going on? But very few and far between, but that's a symptom of those games. But the platforming is fun. You have, you're a goat character, like a human goat character.
Satyr.
And he can headbutt and ground pound. And they do a really interesting mechanic where you jump, and if you headbutt a wall, you can get another jump after that. So that makes great for platforming. The levels are really intricately designed, and the platforming challenges are really fun. And there's challenge stages hidden inside worlds that give you an extra platforming challenge. It just feels good. It controls excellently. The character has a really good weight to them. It's good. It's one of the best throwback platformers I think I've ever played. The only gripe I has isn't related to gameplay. It's funny, dude. It's related to story. The writing, first off, it's clearly not written by someone who is a native English speaker, so some of the phrasing is a little off. But also, there's attempts at humor, and it's not funny. Like I don't find it funny, but it's a 3D platformer, so the story doesn't really matter at all. But that's my only gripe. The game is so much fun. I played it. I'm going to do a review for the site, but I played it way more than I thought I was going to play it this week. Like I thought I'd put in a couple hours here and there. I played like a ton of it, and I'm in love with it. It's just great. It's somebody. Yes, I'm talking about Corn Kid 64. If you're into 3D platformers, go check this one out. Old school 3D platformers, because it's phenomenal. It gets everything right that you want this kind of throwback game to get. And enemy designs are fun, and locations are fun to explore, and the soundtrack uses like an N64 sound font, like that MIDI capability. And the songs there's good songs, there's songs that are okay, but all the songs are interesting. It's an absolute blast. It's such a fun game if you miss that era of platforming, which I really do. And those are very, very, very few and far between nowadays. And if they do come around, they feel lacking in certain areas. This one does not. This is an excellent game. Also, let me get it.
Get it, Romy. Get it.
I got sent a new controller. I got sent a Power A controller that I want me to review. So I was like, this will be the perfect game to test it out with. It's the Power A enhanced wireless controller with Lumectra. So it looks a lot like a Pro controller, but it has extra buttons, like programmable buttons on your shoulder grips back here that do things. So you can make them do whatever you want. And then there's
wow, that looks fancy.
a light button as well. All of this around the controller and around the joysticks and around the buttons they light up, and you can use the button to program whatever lights you want for whatever. Like you can do all different lights. So that's a fun little thing. You know what? Let me look up how much this controller is.
Does that kill the batteries pretty quick with all that lighting up?
I'm still on my first charge, so
Whoa.
Power A Lumectra.
Feels good. Feels like a Pro controller.
It feels very good. It's a little bit bigger than a Pro controller, but
Yeah,
it feels
that's awesome.
really good. Very good responsiveness. The joysticks are great. Like I have no complaints at all. I would pick that up and use it as a Pro controller
Yeah.
any day. Like so far,
That's
so
good. Yeah.
excellent.
Pretty good.
And it's cheaper than a Pro
That's
controller, so
pretty
you
good.
get the light up stuff and all that. It is $60. Multi-zone RGB lighting. There's a picture of, you can do whatever the hell you want.
That's cool.
Advanced gaming buttons. Get an edge out of 2 mappable advanced. Yeah, mappable buttons. Like I said, 20 hours of gaming on a single charge. There you go.
Mm.
So not as good as the Pro controller, but it is good. And it does support motion controls, so those are in there, but it doesn't have NFC. So if you're doing amiibo scanning, you cannot use this for that. But outside of that, everything a Pro controller has. And it comes with a very long charging cable, so you can play with it plugged in if you want. Very, very long charging cable. So far, so good. The combination of this with Corn Kid 64, which I don't care about names. Terrible name.
It is a terrible name.
I was in heaven this week. I loved it. I had I've been playing a lot of games that I'm really, really into lately, but just this combination of this nostalgic game, this new controller, I was having an absolute blast. So a great time. It's exactly what I needed to counteract my Final Fantasy VII remake
Terrific.
time.
That's what we need sometimes.
So I'll have a review of the controller when I put in more time with it. I want to try it in other games too, other style games, but so far so good. That's what I played. Mom Brain, let's move on to questions.
I think that's a great idea.
We have a regular question. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com. They
Maybe I
can be about
will.
Nintendo, video games in general, or whatever the hell you want. We have the last round of Autumnal Blake questions from the email that he sent. We're going to have some answers here. You people are going to want to answer these. Favorite dip to eat with crackers? Mom Brain, I feel like you're definitely going to have an answer. Go ahead. It's everybody.
Horseradish cheese.
Horseradish.
Like the pub cheese.
Oh, that
or the
sounds
port wine
good.
cheese with horseradish in it. Yeah.
With crackers, I guess I'll go with like a hummus.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man,
And I mean, there's a lot of different flavors of
There
hummus. I
are,
really
yeah.
can't nail one down, so we'll just say regular
Tons of
hummus.
sweet and savory hummuses out there right now.
Yeah,
all
there's
kinds of
there's
stuff.
chocolate
There's
hummus, and
dessert
I don't
hummus, yeah.
care for them as much.
I haven't
either.
tried it. I would try dessert hummus, but I'm
It's
not crazy about
okay.
the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dip. You
all
seem like a
great
dip man.
answers. All great answers. This might not even be my number one, but I'm gonna throw out just because you said cracker. I'm gonna throw out spinach artichoke.
Ooh.
Spinach artichoke
Good
dip.
answer. Good answer.
And I have no answer because I'm not a dip person.
You know what's always good is the pumpernickel bowl spinach dip. You know, the
Yeah.
kind that mom hollows out the inside of the.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm.
And
Now I want one.
yeah, I like all that.
What was the Pokemon for this episode? I remember. They made a lot of
Pawmi.
Pawmi. There you go. Very good. What was the last thing you put on your face? My glasses.
Oh
today?
yeah, I guess.
When I
Yeah,
woke
I
up.
guess it would be glasses.
Yeah, I guess glasses, but before that
So you had a different
was
answer.
face wash.
Yeah, I mean, I washed my face in the shower, but then I put my glasses back on. So
And finally, what is the best Nintendo button? The best Nintendo
button.
Oh,
The GameCube.
GameCube A? GameCube.
I was gonna say
or
the
the
GameCube
X-
Z, that little purple
this,
nub, that
yes.
ugly ass thing.
Yes, that little tiny button.
Serious answer though. For me, I know I'm hijacking this, but for me, the Nintendo 64 Z trigger.
That's a great one.
I mean, come on. When you saw that you could use that controller as a
Yep.
gun, you were like, "What?"
it is a great button, and for GoldenEye stuff like that. Yeah, that was excellent. Trying to think of what
The zapper, the trigger for the zapper. Does that
Ka-bing,
count?
ka-bing! That
Yes,
one.
that's
Yeah.
That's a great feeling.
Trying to think, man, Z trigger. I don't think I can come
Guys,
up with a better
Red
answer.
You think that
drew
you like
us,
that one?
That's an excellent one, huh?
And it's great. Red Souza drew us like a picture of us,
I'm gonna
and
take a
it's
look.
great.
Oh my God, this is
It's super
amazing.
great.
I love this style.
Yeah.
Red Susan, can you email that to me, please, just so I don't lose it?
Aw, look at that.
RamiCowboy@gmail.com. That is so cool. Yeah, Z trigger. I'm going through every controller. I love the NES because, of course, but it's just regular buttons. Super Nintendo, I love, and I really love the shoulder buttons on that. And 64, the Z trigger felt so damn good. GameCube shoulder buttons were nice, and the button
The
layout was
A
nice.
button on that
Yeah.
feels awesome today. I don't know why I love that big old button.
The Wii remote, I like the A button on that, and I liked when I held it sideways for old school games. The Wii U, I got nothing to say about the Wii U as far as buttons go. And Switch, the Pro controller is a wonderful controller, but there's nothing special about it.
Was like
It's like perfectly.
Yeah.
It's taken everything that they've learned over
Yeah.
the years and made the perfect controller, in my opinion.
I like the start and select buttons on the original NES. They were
The
like
rubbery, mushy
yeah,
I love
yeah,
that feeling. I can still feel that.
Yeah.
You know what? I really like the Game Boy A and B. There's
Mhm.
something about them that was
Yep.
really nice.
They're tippy tappy.
Yeah, that's a good
Game
one.
Boy, the GBA SP. I know it had the clicky buttons, but I liked those for some reason. What do we got? DS, the touchscreen. Obviously, I love the touchscreen. I don't think we're calling that a button. No. The 3DS doesn't have any buttons that stand out to me. Yeah. I'm going with you. Z Trigger is the winner for me.
And that's
as well.
funny because that's not by far not the best controller either.
Yeah.
But that button changed my
For
life.
that purpose.
It
Yes,
changed
was
my
amazing.
life.
Yeah. We also have a Patreon question. Mombrain, did you know that you could join the Patreon?
For $1.
I forgot to. I was like, we're gonna have an early show today. I forgot to do the Patreon topic, so they're just not gonna be done this week. Well, I'll
How
get
are we
back to
gonna
them
know
next
what
week.
you talked about?
You're gonna have to join the Patreon for at least 1 week, but
For $1.
for $1. I'll get back to it next week. I apologize. Ice Dilber says, how many presents should a couple give out at Christmas? What is an excessive number? What does a couple mean?
Like a man
Like a
and
household?
like a
But are
two
they-
people
but are we talking
couple
about,
or
like,
children, or-
Mother and father giving them to kids, or like Mom, Brain, and I giving them to friends, or what are we talking about? How many presents should a couple give out for Christmas?
Like if it's to each other, I don't know. It depends on how much you love the other
answer
person.
is zero.
Yeah, we haven't done gifts in forever because we're like, we share one bank account and it's stupid, so let's just not do it, and then we're fine. That's not.
Yeah.
We're not knocking people that do it. Just for us, we're like, why instead of spending money on stuff that we don't need, how about we just save the money and
Yeah, I mean,
use it later to go out to eat? or
my
something?
wife gets these things that
My
she
wife.
collects. So like I buy her a couple things for Christmas or her birthday,
Mhm.
a couple of her little figurines.
And of course, she gets you a new belt because
Trinket.
it's the
No,
tradition.
She never gets me a new belt. She got me a new hat.
Anybody else have an answer for couples and what they should
I
give
don't
out?
know, 3 or 4.
There you go. 3 or 4.
Yeah. One.
And like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna break up with the person, then it could be less. You know, like if they.
That's how you ease into the breakup. Every
Yeah.
time to give a gift, it's one
Wait a
less than
minute.
last time.
He only gave me one gift this year. It's over. I just know it.
And it just you'll be happy about it when you look back. What does that mean? There's your answer. Give your gifts based on how much you love the other person.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some music trivia. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com. Goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title. How about your local Mom Brain?
I got music. You want to hear it?
I do want to hear it.
Oh.
Let's do music.
Let's. Okay.
Music.
Songs.
Here we go, cats and
Wins.
kittens.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's give it a start with a song from Guy Bones.
Let's turn it up a little bit.
Sounds like a party game.
It is.
Is it first party?
It
Is
is.
it a Mario
Okay.
party?
No.
Is it a Wario?
No.
Wii Party.
Yes.
There we go.
Bingo.
Bingo was
tune.
fun in Wii Party. I liked that. I liked Wii Party in general.
Did
Great job.
Earth, Wind, and Fire do the
They brought him in
soundtrack
just for that one. Yeah. Where they were like, we needed a bingo song, and you guys are definitely the ones for that.
Koji Kondo was like, "Get me Earth, Wind, and Fire."
Yeah.
All right. This one comes from Akumaju.
Tears of the Kingdom.
No.
I got nothing.
No, Final Fantasy.
No.
That noise that came in is an N64 style noise, but I know this isn't 64, right?
It's not.
Is it a mystery horror game?
No.
It's Battle Tanks.
No.
I knew it wasn't Battle.
Nightmare Creatures.
No.
Turok.
No.
Zenses.
Nope.
The soothing puzzle games. I'll give up. Are we giving up?
I don't know.
It was Secret of Mana
Oh,
on the
I
Super
did play
Nintendo
that, but I don't
Entertainment
remember
System.
it. Man.
And that's from Akumashi.
Did you even know the system, RMC? Could you tell that was Super
No,
Nintendo?
I didn't even know the system on that one. That sounds really good for
That
Super
was
Nintendo.
good.
All right. This one
Man,
comes from
you know what? I played Secret of Mana on the GBA, so I screwed myself.
This one comes from Turbo K.
Well, it's a race. Oh, it's like a modern indie game, and it's escaping me. Right?
It looks like it.
I know it because there was such a big deal of that being the song for this. Is it Turtles Racing?
It is.
Man, this sucks that I can
The
remember
song
the
is
theme.
Turtle Race Rock and Roll.
Turtle race. Not the animal that you'd think would be racing.
God, why do I know
I mean, I feel like
this?
we can give it to you because it's like, you know.
No, I don't know the game. I just knew it was Turtles, and I knew there was talk about this song. I just don't remember. Okay, we don't need to hear it. I don't remember the game.
Giving up, everyone?
Well, I mean, if you said you'll give it to us, then I'll take it.
I'm not taking it.
It was Chained Echoes,
That's right, son of a bitch.
and it was from Turbo K.
I don't know.
And it was a turtle race. This one comes from Zebraphus.
So this sounds like Super Nintendo right off the bat.
It is Super Nintendo.
And with that goddamn stupid xylophone, this is a licensed game.
Mm-hmm.
Man, every time you heard that instrument, you knew you were going to play a bad game.
Aladdin.
No.
Is it based off something? Bebe's Kids.
No, but I feel like it's a similar vein.
To Bebe's Kids?
Rugrats.
No.
So it's animated.
Muppet Babies.
Is it animated?
I think it's animated, and no, it's not Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies Kids.
Wow. How has that
Glad.
never been said? Similar to Bebe's Kids, then it's animated, so it's got
I
a more
mean-
adult feel?
The vibe is similar in my head, but
The PJs.
All right, so adult, yeah, too late for Super Nintendo, but adult animated. I know what it is. It's Cool World.
it is.
Oh, wow.
There you go, with Brad Pitt and animated blonde woman. I don't remember who played her.
All right, so that was Cool World from Zebraphus. This one comes from Jess I.
Oh my God! Come on, Deltarune.
Yep.
Of course. This is the Jester fight.
And what? Deltarune?
Deltarune.
Deltarune. I never
Your
heard
best
of it.
shot. Your best shot.
What game is? Or what system is that from?
It's on everything, but it came out on PC first. This is a hidden song, but it's a hidden fight.
Wow, so I thought they would get you with the hidden song.
No way.
All right, that was from Jess I, and it was
Scored every
Deltarune.
corner of that game.
This one's from Nico Darunia.
We're gonna go with regular NES.
It is regular NES.
No, it's not Robin Hood.
Nope.
Right? Is this one of the end credits of Mario Kart?
No.
Mario Kart was on.
Yes.
Super
Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Rygar.
No.
Man, sounds a little familiar to me. Skull and Crossbones.
No. I don't know, Lube. I mean, I feel like it's something you might have played.
It's definitely an RPG.
Oh,
You don't know.
I don't know.
All right, it's an RPG, and my knowledge, it's got to be an RPG. My knowledge of NES RPGs is like non-existent outside of Square and Enix at the time. Final Fantasy,
No.
Dragon Quest. Oh no, Dragon Warrior.
Yep.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. I don't know.
Yeah, most specifically Dragon Warrior 3.
I almost screwed myself
Amazing.
with Dragon Quest. I mean, what other RPGs on Super or on the NES?
Like Robin Hood was an RPG on that system.
Well,
so.
you didn't get it right away, so I know it's not that.
Yeah.
It was
The world's foremost expert in Robin Hood NES game.
from Nico Darunia, by the way. Dragon Warrior 3. The next one comes from Alien Boy VA.
That noise.
Ooh.
Yep. Oh, I think that noise is like the noise from a Zelda game. This isn't Zelda though.
It's
That's
not
the
Zelda,
you
but-
know the Goron Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I feel like it's. I was gonna say it's familiar, but it's not. Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Zenses.
No. I mean, I don't want to give it away, but I should tell you that this is Japan only.
Oh, man, this
Don't
is
worry,
so good.
that doesn't give it away for me. In fact, that makes it even harder.
I don't even know what system.
Do you want me to
That's
say?
so good. Wow. Go ahead. Tell me the system.
The 64 disc
Oh
drive.
my God, even more impressive. What? All right, so 64 disc drive. That really narrows it down. Doshin the Giant.
No.
Oh, Jesus. I don't remember any of these games.
Wish I could help you, man.
Something about a marionette.
No.
Something about Mario, but he's a painter.
Yep.
What's it called? Mario Artist?
Yeah.
Is this a Nintendo game?
Mario Artist
Come on.
Amazing.
Paint
you-
Studio.
I've never heard this song.
And the song
This
is called
incredible.
The Ocean Floor.
This is so good.
I want to
are
write
the
this
comments?
down.
It's good.
This is the kind of song that transports you to a whole nother dimension. When you listen to it, simply breathtaking.
I gotta listen to this soundtrack. Holy crap. This, yeah, what the hell was there on the disc drive? Like nothing. Mario Artist? Mario Painter? Mario Artist?
It is
Mario Artist.
Mario Artist Paint Studio.
And that song
Man.
was again
Ocean floor.
Ocean
Yes.
Flow.
This is, man, is this good.
Next time I'm loving, I'm gonna put this on.
Well, I hope I'm there with you.
Well, or you put it on and the lovin' comes to you.
Yes, loving's happening right now, whether I want it or not.
There were 10 games for the 64 DD. Mario Artist, Doshin the Giant, Mario Artist Talent Studio, SimCity 64. I bet that had the good soundtrack. F-Zero X expansion, a golf game, another version of Doshin the Giant, more Mario Artist, and more Mario Artist. So
They knew what they had.
once you said it was Japan only, his fate was sealed. I've never thought to listen to this soundtrack, and I had no idea it would be so good.
You'll
Wow.
remember it.
Oh, I'll remember.
Man, that's great. Really something.
Trust me. I'll remember that.
All right. This one comes from Storbus Corbin.
Game Boy.
Mm,
Game Boy Color.
yes.
First party?
Yeah.
Wario.
Yeah.
All right. 3 or 4? Wario Land 3 or 4?
No.
Wario Land?
No.
Wario Land 2.
Yeah. It's an assault on my ears after the last jam.
Oh man, this is so good. Between the two soundtracks, it's over 2 hours worth of music.
Wow.
This is
All right. So
great.
that was Wario Land 2 from Storbus Corbin.
I'm adding all of these to my.
Are you keeping track?
Yeah, we're keeping
Yeah,
track.
yeah,
we got
I-
all of them
I
so far.
I definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
You didn't get one wrong.
This one's from No Blades, No Bows.
Keep your weapons here.
Crunchy. I love a crunchy soundtrack. Now, what was crunchy for real? That's tough. GBA?
Nope.
This extra stuff's throwing me off. Is it now?
Yep.
I like it, but I got nothing. Man, that's a Game Boy Color noise. It's not first party.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be a shot in the dark.
I don't know.
All right.
It was
Like Virtual Boy-ish, actually.
Nobody Saves the World on the Switch.
I've heard really good things. Oh, we have a review on that game. I didn't play it, obviously, but I've heard really good things about
Heard
that.
really good things on my
on the
website.
review that I wrote. Yeah.
We have one final song this week.
That's right.
From Mikey3319. And
Right now we are at 6 out of 9.
the cover art is fan-flipping-tastic.
Phalanx, that old man in the... Oh, it's NES.
Yeah. The subtitle is appropriate for today.
Like the age we live in, or today in particular?
For 420.
It's just a subtitle?
Yeah, the subtitle's appropriate for today.
With this hint, I want to get it so bad.
Hitler's sunrise.
No.
Oh, that's right. That's
Sunny
right.
out, and
That's
it's
right.
Hitler's birthday.
It is Hitler's birthday. That's right.
Blazing glory. Smoking.
Gunsmoke. Gun.smoke. Not a subtitle. A subtitle. Oh, I can't think of any games that are...
Fly 'em high. High as a kite.
Something about puffing something?
Nope.
Fully loaded.
Something about clouds. Something about vape. Something about weed.
The word is not in. It's not the word.
I don't know. I have officially given up.
The game is Kid Cool and the Quest for the 7 Wonder Herbs.
Ah, nice.
And let me just...
Kid Cool. Yeah, I remember seeing that at Toys
Guys.
R Us, and I was like, I need this game one day. I still haven't played it. Look at how
Oh,
cool he
he
is.
is cool.
Look at how cool he is with that fist
Very
out and everything.
cool.
I don't know what that
Torn
is. I guess it's a
jeans.
dragon.
I don't know what anything
There's
is.
a whole
other than
bunch
Kid
going
Cool.
on there.
He's
Rolled up
definitely
sleeves.
found the Wonder Herbs.
He's high as hell.
Yes,
yeah.
sunglasses, slick back hair.
And is that a
vest,
butthole?
leather vest.
Like,
His old friend Butthole, yeah.
He's a really old kid as well. He seems like he's not a
I
kid
was just
anymore.
gonna say that's a great point. That's like
and what is
it's like a
this?
40-year-old kid.
Like, is that his dumper?
Yoga.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
This here?
yeah,
That's his ass, yeah. It's one
all
cheek.
the way over here.
Look at the stretch on the man,
I
Mom
don't
Brain.
know.
Yeah. He's even got this. He's
That's
got
how
that.
he ripped his pants.
He's got that kick-ass like foot turned in stance where you know he's
Yeah.
going to deliver like an awesome kick.
Where you
soon.
know he's about to blow out his knee.
Oh no, I was going to say his pants. Without a doubt, they're already ripped at the knee. So, thanks, Mom Brain. That was great. We got 6 out of 9. For real, we got 6 out of 10. So not
pleasure
bad.
was
Not bad.
mine
Not bad.
Entirely.
And I guess that's it.
yeah. So
That's all
I'll
there
just,
is.
I'll bring us back to this Bob.
Oh yeah.
And that's it, I guess.
Oh, we got something good.
Oh, you got something?
Yes, something coming
Oh,
across
my
my desk
God.
right this second.
Oh my god.
Secret tape, spiders and flies, come in, do, Michaels. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dues Views, it's never news. Rumor of the week with Do Michaels.
Oh, I thought it was starring.
That was a rumor from last week, if you recall. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, if you've listened to our podcast, we get the finest rumors sent straight to me, bypassing Grub and all the other people who like to rumor it up.
Red Susan says, "Is this segment usually done?" Not usually, but this time, you're right. Once in a lifetime moment right now.
Yeah. Now, usually it is a rumor. There's something different and special about this week's rumor. It's actually absolutely true.
Oh my god!
Absolutely
What an
true.
honor.
I mean, they're always true.
No, they're
This
not.
one's
And
absolutely.
They're
this
not.
one's really true. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may have heard about Gamescom 24, and we talked about it this week, and how Nintendo is not going to be there this year. And the reason is all because of Doug Bowser. When asked about it, Doug Bowser said that he wanted to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on his Nintendo 3DS.
Oh.
And then when they asked him to talk a little bit more about it, he said, well, Reggie did such a fine job with the company, I wanted to follow in his footsteps. So he's been
Sure.
playing all the same games that Reggie loved.
I
so.
mean, Reggie was helming the ship in North America for one of Nintendo's most prosperous times, so it only makes sense for Doug Bowser to emulate him. So yeah, that means we got to get the Doug Bowser tapping watch gif and
Gotta do it all.
Doug Bowser taking names and kicking ass and all that stuff. Well, thank you for that very true story. It's nice to have a true one finally. But
Don't thank me. Thank Doug Bowser.
the spiders and flies, of course, as well. And that's all we got. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
We got Aftershow. Anybody got anything for Aftershow? Anything you want to talk about? Mom Brain, anything?
I did some really nice yard work today. It was
I did
great
a
to
lot
be
of
outside.
yard work too. I thought it was going to be a cruddy day,
I
and it
know.
was beautiful.
I checked the weather last night and it said, might be rain. And
Yeah,
whatever,
windy and stuff. No, man, I got out there. I weeded. I just did some tree
Sounds
cutting.
like they were getting their information from the same people Duke got his rumors from last
Yeah.
week. But not this week. Not this week.
Cleaned up my garden. Got some mulch down. It was good times.
Yeah, it was nice out.
Yeah, walked the dogs.
Thank you, Radical Defect. It's our pleasure. We have a great time doing it. Talking about all bunch of stuff that's not game related and then also game related. Oh, Super Santa says it's raining all day where they are.
In DFW.
Come on, you're geography man.
Oh,
I don't wanna look.
Delaware from water. I don't know.
Well, DFW down Florida way.
You've got that's funny. You have a friend that lives there.
In the DFW.
I'm guessing. If it's what I think it means.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Oh, Dallas Fort Worth.
That's what I think it means.
Oh.
It might not be.
Oh, well, now
why
that
didn't
makes
you
sense.
say it?
I was I don't know. I
Let-
guess
let
I was
me
worried
guess.
about being wrong, maybe.
Super Sanchez says, "Yeah, you got it. There you go,
Nice.
man. You're an acronym man. Good for you. I love a good acronym, but I couldn't get that one. Had some rain
It's
this
NBD.
morning, northeast of Jersey," says Solar Master Link. This part of Jersey, we're good. District of Fools and Weirdos, says Red Souza. There you go. That's what it was. All right, well then we're gonna get out of
Got
here.
it.
I like
That's all we
down
got.
Florida way.
Well, that one down Florida way. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. And we will, as always, see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
And we are